You won't know what hit you.
Let me have some fun.
Let's get this mission started. This will be a good fight. Got you in my sights. Neutralized. Come on. Predictable. Time to end this. Fire. Double. I'm just on another level.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Sets here on a Monday night on twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters, the place to be on this lovely day. Of course, this is where we pit two lovely people in the ring for a first 10 exhibition, as well as have interviews on both sides of that exhibition as well. I'm going to be your host tonight once again, Jammerz. We did have a week off because our stream team, shouts to Visual Platform, they were at CEO this past weekend. So any of our American viewers, not this past weekend, the weekend before that, any of our American viewers who were at CEO and they did manage to see the Visual Platform team, Mark and Richard, good thing you got to say hello. Those are the guys behind the decks over here. But yes, I will be your host tonight again, once again, Jammerz. And of course, I cannot do this alone. I'm going to be joined by my lovely compadres. And one of them actually wasn't here the last time we did an episode. But he's back, he's returning. And he is here. There he is. It's Luke.
And he's 1 year older.
I am.
Yeah. There you have it.
I was so taken back by the congratulations you did on the stream. I was like, my heart was in small little pieces and I needed to collect them from the floor.
Did you find all of them?
Yeah, did you find them?
I think I lost one of them under the bed, but I'll find it someday.
Well, I hope you do. But again, happy birthday as well. That's good. One year wiser. Obviously, because Olvaha wasn't with us last time because he was ill, but he's recovered. He's back. He's smiling. That's all I care about. And he's here to talk about fighting games and Street Fighter with us as well. But yeah, Veggey, talk to me. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, Jammerz. I mean, we were here last week, even though we were also, now we weren't. I mean, today, I think there will be some surprises when Jammer asks about Poison, namely from my viewpoint of Poison, which might be interesting. But I mean, you are entitled to your own opinion about character. This might be very positive and very cool for people to hear. But so I think we're in for a lot of surprises, and we got a competition going today, and we got a 6th set coming. I mean, a character, I don't think we see this character much of that much. If we did before, at least not anymore, because people for some reason left Akuma, and we might learn more about why, or why they should not have left Akuma later on in the show. So we got a lot of good stuff coming our way.
We'll find out indeed. But first of all, let us show you and educate you on how things go for the show. Richard, roll the runner show so people know how this rocks. Yes, if you are a new viewer or you're watching this on the archives, this is how the show generally goes about. For the first 12 to 15 minutes, we do a general catch-up on Street Fighter talk, whether it's Street Fighter 5 related news, Street Fighter 6 stuff, whatever it may be, we're talking about. And there's actually a fair bit to go over today, actually. So we'll see if we can whiz through that while still being succinct with the whole thing. And then after that, we're going to be talking to our lovely guests on the show, and they are going to be playing the first to 10 as well. If you don't want to listen and stick around for that preamble with the guest interview, but I urge you to stick around because these are amazing people we've got on the show today. Stick around and hear their thoughts and opinions on the game as well as anything else related towards fighting games. But you can come back at 1 p.m. PST or Pacific time, and that will be when the first to 10 begins. So basically come back in about 35 minutes if you want to just watch the games. I know people tell on Capcom Fighters like, where is Akuma beating up Abigail? And it's like, it's going to happen in about 40 minutes. So come back if you don't want to hear us talking and having some fun. Now, of course, I mentioned that, but then Richard, roll the fight card. We've been alluding to our guests. We put it out on Twitter. Let people know what's going on. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, this is what our first to 10 exhibition will be. We're going to have Mr. Mostafles going up against Glitter. Now, I've been trying to get Glitter to come on the show for about 6 months. Sometimes it's overlapped with, some things have overlapped with her schedule. Then I've had to last minute cancel. I'll tell you one thing, right? The week I went to California to do the CPT was actually the week we were going to get her on. But I had to cancel because I was flying out. And I couldn't tell her why we had to cancel. But I said apologies about that. But hey, we were able to get her on. It's great to have her on. I think she's a lovely person and she's got a very good poison as well. So I have the utmost faith that she'll do well today. And of course, Mr. Mostafles was someone she recommended she wanted to fight. And I know Mr. Mostafles is a very unique character, or is using a very unique toolset V system within the game. And he's sticking around with the character, as Veggey alludes to, someone who is seldom used nowadays. I find it a bit weird, but I'm going to soon dab with Akuma to find out why people aren't picking him. But yes, it will be Poison going up against Akuma. So, Veggey, who do you think's going to win this one?
I think it's going to be a 7-3 score.
My man! He said it! He said the thing!
That's really funny. I can explain later if someone is very interested.
Please do elaborate.
I have no strong feelings about who will take it, and I don't really know how this matchup would go. So for me, it's going to be a very hard thing to call. Maybe I shouldn't have admitted that I don't know how this matchup should go, so we can pretend that I'm an expert on it. So I'll just say some things like, yeah, you could have E-skill 3'd that with your V-trigger 4. But, I mean, I know that they're great people. We always talk to them before the show, and it was a great, like,
great
atmosphere.
Vibes, great vibes.
Yeah, great vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so atmosphere is more.
I don't know. I'm trying to roll with the kids these days. They're like, good vibes, chill vibes. It's like, what the hell are you talking about?
Big vibe things. Yeah, so I think we're in for a good one.
Okay. Olvaha, what about you? Are you looking forward to the Akuma Poison matchup?
I'm certainly looking forward. I think both of these people are absolutely amazing. Like, amazing people in general. I really like Mostafles. He's Akuma Showcase, obviously, and he's also like he also does commentary. So there's also like a common ground, we all sharing that. And I've also seen a lot of footage and heard good things about Glitter, so also like very much looking forward to that. And Poison, like, even though she's a very strong character, you don't see her that often, right, Jammerz? You'd agree with this, right?
I don't know. I just play the
No, you don't see her in big numbers, but you see her everywhere in the US top 3.
You do.
She has 33% of the cast in the top 3.
Hitting us with the statistics.
Okay.
And also, Oval, you missed a golden opportunity because you first mentioned that Mostafles was a commentator, and then you said we have something in common. Commentators comment. You could have made something great there, and I think you should just sit around for a bit and think about the opportunity that you missed.
No.
I didn't miss it. You missed it.
I'm not sure if that's such a big opportunity.
Listen, I'll tell you what. That wasn't a big opportunity, but I will tell you what is a big opportunity for you guys at home.
Okay.
This was a last-minute announcement. There
Nice
is
segue,
a competition happening for today's exhibition for the first to 10. It's been a little while since we've done that, but it's been put on my screen right over there. So I believe because I actually only got this on the way to the studio to do this, right? So you are eligible to win a EPOS Audio Hybrid Gaming headset. It's a very big headset. If you don't have one of those, they're very expensive, but you have the opportunity to win one of these. All you have to do, there you go, it's on your screens right now. All you have to do is predict the outcome of the set. So basically, you just go onto Capcom Fighters Twitter and at the tweets, the respective tweet talking about the competition, and go, I think Glitter is going to win 10-4, or I think Mostafles is going to win 10-3. Whoever guesses right will earn the prize. If multiple people guess the correct score, then you're all going to be put in this pot, and someone's randomly going to get chosen. If no one guesses right, then it's going to be whoever got the closest score line, of course. But please head on over to Capcom Fighters Twitter at Capcom Fighters. Find the tweet that talks about the competition and put in your predictions over there. Do not put it in the chat, because if you put it in the chat, I'm going to call you an idiot and I'm going to ban you from the chat. And I know someone's going to do it. They're going to come in, they're going to go a competition. I think it's going to be 10-1. I'm like, yes, you definitely didn't win it.
The thing is, now I can allude to the joke.
Yeah, please tell us the lore.
He replied to the competition, not only did he reply in the stream chat instead of on
Yeah.
Twitter, he also wrote that the score would be 7-3 and then thought that he was. It's just so surreal. The man applied for the competition outside of the competition rules, and he went for a scoreline that you can't finish on.
Well,
Incredibly,
listen.
incredibly based. Just an average chat enjoyer.
Yeah, listen, brilliant stuff.
Big
But
enjoyment.
yes, go on over to Capcom Fighters Twitter. If you don't have a Twitter account, then make one real quick. You can enter the competition. You could be the winner. And our very own Street Writer, shout out to Street Writer because he got a promotion recently in
big
Capcom.
rep.
So shout out to the Street Writer. He got a promotion recently. He's actually
in the
handling
chat. Claps in the
most of how this competition is going to be organized. So I'm just the messenger. I'm not the center. So literally, he's going to pick the winner after this, but he is keeping an eye on the stream. He might pop in and say hello and then disappear when someone says when Street Fighter 6 coming out. But yes, the competition is happening, and you have until the set starts to make a prediction. You cannot do the prediction while the set's going on. You can't go 6-4. I want to change my score. You can't do that. It's got to
like
be.
at the last round, it's gonna be.
It's got to be
10-9.
before the set actually begins. But yes, head on over to Capcom Fighters Twitter, find the respective tweet, and get on it. We might actually have someone in the stream team actually put the Twitter link in the chat so you guys can go there directly if you're lazy and can't find Twitter. Anyway, that is it for the competition. We do have to roll on. Now, Veggey, we were talking about this before. Obviously, if you have been living under a rock, the World Warrior program for the Capcom Pro Tour has started. It is an online circuit that's going to be happening from July, which is now, going all the way up to December, and it's going to be determining who will be making those places, the remaining spots for the Capcom Cup Finals. Now, yesterday was the very first out of 5 for the UK World Warrior part of it. And if Richard can find that graphic. Oh, no, there you go. This is it. So this is the schedule for the UK Ireland, Europe West, and Europe East. These are mainly for players, but if you are a viewer and, again, you just like to turn on Street Fighter on the weekend and have it, there are a couple of dates you might want to note down where there's going to be jam-packed action. From respective regions. Obviously, UK and Ireland, we've had our tournament, which was July 3rd, which was yesterday. It's only going to be happening for one day. It's not a 2-day thing. It's an online tournament that happens for one day, which will be determining a leaderboard, a regional final of 8 players. So a lot of people got to accumulate points. You get a point for participating. I got a point for participating. That was fantastic because I haven't earned a CPT point in my entire life.
Participation trophies?
Yes, I need them because I can't earn anything else. I need participation points.
I
But yes,
appreciate the honesty.
Saltmine is handling a lot of the European, or pretty much all the European side of the World Warrior program. So please follow them on Twitch, Twitter, and their YouTube, and hit up their Discord as well. Because you need to make sure that if you want to get involved in this or watch it, you can follow them. But this is the top 8 results for yesterday. Listen, the UK is one of the most densest regions in the world, and we have tons of killers in that bracket. We had about 40-50 players sign up, but these are the last 8. Congratulations to Ending Walker for getting top spot. He is top spot on the leaderboard for now with 50 points, but there's still 4 more tournaments to go to. He could make the cup. He could do it.
Yeah.
He could do
The
it.
young lord.
Right now, what people misunderstand, there's a trick behind this. What people misunderstand is right now the players are determining their positions. It doesn't mean they're guaranteed to go to the final, because whoever makes the 8th spot on the leaderboard could go to the final because he might have a good bracket path to win the regional final. So it's what the top 8 is looking like right now. These are all the people who accumulated the most amount of points from yesterday. Ending Walker, Hurricane, Soundboy, Shax, One Step Layers, Shivs, Mopu Lapo, and MQS. These guys have to enter the next one, because if they don't, and other people do, their leaderboard spots could be changed. Drastic.
Get the participation point.
Well, listen, every point counts, right? I'm telling you that much now. But
is very
yeah,
true.
much appreciated for Saltmine for putting this together. And of course,
Shout outs to readers.
we got a lot of upcoming talent there, and a lot of people that can cause a ripple in the waves regarding that. But Veggey, you said you weren't able to catch all of this, was that right?
Yeah, I couldn't watch it live because I was, I mean, it's summer, you know, there's a lot of obligations going around. But I was watching
You make
on
that sound like
Twitter
a disease. Like what?
yeah, but yeah, it's not a disease.
Obligations to sit at the terrace and have a nice cold drink.
Wow, I mean,
Yes.
I love that.
Pepsi Max and a espresso. Yeah, so
Sounds perfect.
yeah, and but I think it's really, it's kind of like, you know, when it's not your region, it's always funny when things are changed up, or it's always interesting. It's not really funny to always see the people you consider to be the favorites do well. It's always fun to see things change up when it's not your region. When it's your region, it's not fun. Unless you're still doing good, then it's great.
trying to get that point across.
if Venom and Enrique Masbarne should just lose randomly early, that's fine, as long as I don't. But if it changes up for you personally, it's bad, but it's always fun to see it happen in other regions. Of course, I want the best players to qualify from their regions, and I hope the best players do qualify, and that's probably, I mean, the best players are the ones winning the tournament. So if you keep just keep entering, then it will stabilize itself. I just find it really interesting, and a lot of people had Ending Walker as a pick to win the last CPT, and he kind of proved that he could have done it today or yesterday with Hurricane in grand finals, which is a big thing. You know, Hurricane had his number for a long time, and the one time he beat him in the CPT last year,
Yeah, the second one from the last
then
year.
Ending Walker kind of like said he was lucky, but I don't know about luck when you keep doing it. So doing good right now.
I don't know how long you can keep that I was lucky card up. Trust me, you can't
Yeah,
keep
but I also like a young player coming into a scene with a humble attitude. That's not too common. So that's kind of cool to see as well.
Yeah.
To see someone who's
Young
very
man
young.
reflexes
Yeah.
with an attitude that would fit an older person. Like, that's pretty
Yeah.
powerful combination.
You make that
And,
sound
and-
like
and
such
the-
a character
yeah.
concept. I've got this new story, man. It's, young man reactions with an old man's personality. It's like, we got to sell it.
Did I sell the story for you?
Oh, you almost did.
And could that be a testament to why he's so good? That he's so kind of like,
Open.
an understanding of things.
yeah.
Like, he's ahead of
sure.
the curve for his age, maybe. It's very interesting. I wish that at some point esports becomes so big that there is like a study done to what do you need to be a good player at X and Y game.
Time.
That would be so interesting.
Time and a good perspective.
Consistency.
No, because
So, okay, he has the answer. He has the answer. We don't need to research this because there's an answer. Just ask Jammerz.
Consistency will come with time.
Just ask
because
Jammerz.
You say that like I'm a prophet of some sort. Anyway,
I meant
Right now you are.
consistency as in you need to be, willing to learn and be active,
okay, no, I get that. Fair play, fair play. Right, there is.
Not like you have to win at, like, be
No,
consistent.
you have to win. You have to win
winner.
everything. You have to win everything. Just win everything. Don't lose at all. Don't lose
If you-
around.
If
Don't
you
get
lose,
hit.
just quit.
Well, that's it. The philosophy is simple. Don't get hit, just win. Get better, as they say. Anyway, we got one more thing to announce before we get the guests in, because they are waiting in the green room. Richard, can you pull up the graphic? Because Evo did make an announcement. Evo is about 1 month away, ladies and gentlemen, and it is part of the Capcom Pro Tour. Now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the winner actually gets an auto qualification to the finals. Now, I actually need to double check how many people have signed up for Evo so far, because obviously there's a lot of discussion happening. People are going to Evo, but there's a lot of discussion happening because it is going to be on console. It is sponsored by Sony, and again, it's going to be a good event, and it's going to be interesting to see what players are going to be there and who actually wins it, because it's a spot to the finals, right? And people don't want to miss up that chance, especially if you're taking this game seriously. And if you can make it to Evo, you don't want to miss up that chance to go to the finals. And there's been tons of competitions that have been like saying, yo, we're going to fly you out to Evo. There's been a couple of PlayStation tournaments that are flying out players to Evo. There's been one like Saltmine did the community thing where they flew out. They're going to be flying out someone to Evo. People are going to Evo. So, hey, that could be you go to the Capcom Cup finals. But this is what the schedule is looking like for the online premieres for the upcoming months, of course. We're actually starting to get into a very busy period now for a lot of the tournament circuit. Again, the online CPT circuit's coming back. There's a new game just came out as well. There's things happening, man. So again, if you've not been grinding, if you've taken a break, come back to grinding, come back to playing, because things are happening. Offline events are returning as well, like Evo. So it's going to be interesting to see. But yes, as you can see on the calendar there, August 5th, it's been placed. Evo Championship Series 2022. It will be on there, and it will be there. So if you can make it there, that'd be great to see. You could be the guy going to Capcom Cup. Who knows? There's more than one way to qualify for the Cup, and there's more spots in the finals now than there was than ever before. So it's going to be interesting to see. But Veggey, are you guys going to Evo?
Yeah, we're definitely going Evo. I mean, we were going even before that announcement came about it being like a circuit thing. Because Evo is so big that you kind of have to go when you're in the scene, I think. Or if, of course, if you are able to. I'm not saying you have to.
Yeah,
right?
right.
Quote me. Now, Veggey said I had to take this loan to go to Evo. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, if you're able, because it's that's if you're able to, you should definitely go to Evo. It's an experience itself. I'm there. I want to break the top 32. I got 33rd in 2019, the last Evo.
I think it's doable.
So I really want to break into the top 30 because the top 32 at Evo is kind of like the top 8 in other tournaments. When you say I was top 32 at Evo, it's like saying, yeah, I got top 8 at that CPT, and it's kind of like it was so close. I remember who I lost to. I lost to Shuto in winners, and I didn't know who Shuto was then.
This was before he got big, innit?
Before he got big,
Okay.
And he hit me with all kinds of mirrors, and then I lost to Knuckle Do G, actually, loser. So I still remember that, and I wanna. So yeah, I'm definitely going to Evo, trying to go further. Let's go.
Just quickly before we get the guests in, Olvaha, you got any plans for Evo? Are you going to be an Evo enjoyer from home?
I'm going to be an average Evo stream enjoyer.
Oof.
That's nice.
Most likely. Yeah.
Okay. No, do you know what? Sometimes some people don't want to go. Obviously, everyone wants to go at one point, but
I would like to go. I have to make this clear. I would like to go.
Okay. No, listen.
But
speak
real life obligations.
Speak it into existence. It could happen a month's time. Listen, you might get a fat bonus. Someone might go, "Hey, Olvaha, we kind of want you."
I could win the lottery. I could win the lottery.
Don't count out the possibility. What I can't count out is our guests, because they are here. So we've had enough time bantering amongst ourselves. We're going to banter with our lovely guests and talk to them about Street Fighter, amongst other things as well. So if we can get Glitter and Mr. Mostafles to unmute their mics so we can start talking to them, this will be absolutely fantastic, because you have a little bit of time. And I think we've got quite a number of questions to ask them. But first and foremost, let me just double check that they can hear me. Glitter, Mostafles, can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Yes, absolutely.
Perfect, lovely. Of course, both of you, thank you so much for coming on the show, taking time out of your day. I want to say, obviously, happy July 4th, because it is a holiday for you guys. Everyone in Europe doesn't know what July 4th actually is.
Wow, yeah. Happy July 4th. Thank you for spending it with us.
He's absolutely clueless.
What
anyway,
a pleasure.
But yeah, obviously, Glitter, me and you have been going back and forth trying to get you on here, but it's finally come to fruition. That's been great. And obviously, Mr. Mostafles, I've heard so much about you, and I have seen you commentate a couple of things here and there. Wednesday night fights. I think you did 1 or 2 salt mines. I can't remember.
I've done a bunch of salt mine leagues.
There you go. So, and then obviously, I've seen more of your gameplay than like speaking to you as a person. So it's great that we're actually going to have this part to talk to you personally. So obviously in this part of the show, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it once or twice. We're just going to talk to you guys, ask some questions, and just get the ball rolling before you guys start knocking each other out with whips and air fireballs and start complaining about every character in the game. We just got to get it right. So first thing I want to ask is, I like to ask this to everyone. Some people answer it, some people don't, but I love the stories behind them. I must know where your names originated from. Mostafles, I've got to ask you first. How on earth did you come up with that name?
So it's kind of a multi-layered story. So like, when I was younger at home, we had cats, and they weren't indoor cats. They were like outdoor cats that basically like hang out in our garage. Okay. But occasionally they would wander around, whatever, right? Eventually there was this outside cat that was like this big, really long-haired tomcat, right? And it would kind of lurk in the shadows and be really sneaky. And me and my friends kind of just decided we wanted to call it Mr. Mostafles. We thought it was funny, and that is absolutely an allusion to the Andrew Lloyd Webber play. Because in that, he's kind of this, Mr. Mostafles is a character that's kind of devious and sneaky and a trickster, right? So I made this tag when I was 10 or 11 or something. And although I will say I am rather good at spelling, with this I decided to go phonetically what made sense to me. That is not how you spell Mr. Mostafles. Right. Okay. That is totally the wrong name. But it's oh, that's how it sounds. That's what I'll go with. So I've gotten Mr. Moistfloss. I've gotten Mr. Moist Waffles. I've gotten a million different pronunciations. And so eventually with those mispronunciations, it kind of gained a little more character. It's you know what, I'm going to keep that around for the rest of my life, I guess.
They called you Moist Waffles.
I've gotten, like I said, Moist Floss and Moist Waffles. Yes, I've gotten both.
I don't know how you read that. Do you know what? How? Now, do you know,
I think you get intimidated.
I kind of can't take you seriously because somebody's
understandable.
You should be sponsored by a syrup brand, then it could be like syrup.
You're right.
Moist.
Get on the horn, Veggey. Get on the horn. We need to make this happen.
Damn, that was wild. Do you know what? I love that. I really want to call it moist waffles from now, but that's so disrespectful.
Go for it.
But yeah, sorry, I gotta hand it over to Glitter now. That name is cool, but I need to know: was that something that was thought about in 2 seconds, or is there a deep story behind that?
It's like a combination of two things. I really like the Hunger Games, and there's a character in the Hunger Games named Glimmer.
Okay.
And then, so I kind of just changed that a little bit, and because I really love shiny things, so it was like a combination of that and, loving that kind of stuff, so.
Okay. So do you like a lot of things that revolve around the Hunger Games? I imagine you've seen Squid Game as well.
I do. Yeah, I loved Squid Game. It was really good.
Okay, fair. I wouldn't have expected that, because if someone looked at your name, it's like, please do not tell me you just sprinkled some glitter on the floor and then just...
Well, there it is.
Listen, sometimes names come up like that simple, but I like that there was a little bit of story behind it. So it's actually great to hear that. Much appreciated. Now, obviously, we've got to now move on to Mr. Mostafles again and ask him the $1 million question. So you are using a character that was the terror of everyone's existence for quite some time, and then he kind of fell off. But you're using him in a different light, which ultimately makes him a different character.
I think so.
Why is Mr. Mostafles using V Skill 2, V Trigger 2 Akuma? Please tell me it's not for hipster reasons.
So no, definitely not for hipster reasons. It kind of started out as a challenge to myself.
Okay.
I wanted to prove, because everybody for so long, I'm sure this includes you guys, basically, Akuma's carried by V Skill 1, V Trigger 1, right? And for the longest time, you'd mostly be right. The character was ridiculous with that combination before the nerfs, and even after some of the nerfs, still crazy good. But I wanted to prove to myself and to other people that it's I am not just reliant upon that. I'm a good Street Fighter player, and if I'm playing with something that is considered suboptimal or maybe even kind of low tier or whatever, I can still beat you. And thankfully Capcom have really buffed V Skill 2 and V Trigger 2 over the past couple seasons. There's a couple of stuff that they've done that I don't even think they had to do. It was already good to begin with. But the way that it has changed, the way that it has evolved, it's made that transition and that kind of ability to build confidence in this loadout, reach even newer heights. I feel very confident that V-Skill 2, V-Trigger 2 is good enough to win, maybe not at the tip-top level, but I think just below it, yes.
Okay. No, that's interesting, because for Akuma's V-Trigger 2, I never thought it was bad. It was just overshadowed. Because being able to cancel a special into another special is not a bad mechanic. I think that's actually a very good mechanic. It's just V-Trigger 1 had too much to offer. Hard knockdown off the Dragon Punch.
Of course.
Raging Demon, Air Fireballs.
Yeah, the Raging Demon being really big there. I think that's the biggest thing you're losing out on, because I mean...
For sure.
Reversal EXDPs when you have the V-Trigger 2 does a lot of damage, so people are more scared and hesitant. You get it early, so there's a lot of good stuff. But I think the Raging Demon is kind of big.
Yeah,
that's the big thing you're losing out on. Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Mostafles. Is there any matchup that has become significantly harder because of your V system layout as opposed to using V Skill 1, V Trigger 1?
Yeah, so the number one matchup that I think becomes much harder is Cammy. Losing out on the V-Skill 1 parry to deal with dive kicks is tough. Now, thankfully, right, she has had some nerfs both to her health as well as the way that she plays footsies that make it more manageable, but that doesn't change how incredibly strong dive kick and EX dive kick are. So it's I'm still missing out on that opportunity to deal with it a little more defensively, but I can perhaps control things in neutral or kill her sooner so that I don't have to worry about it quite as much. But it does get harder, absolutely.
Okay, that's actually pretty interesting. Actually, I've been dying to know, because I'm like, yo, you're using this. Are you handicapping yourself? Are you alright? That's just me. But Olvaha, you got a question?
Yeah, I just wanted to come back to the whole V-Trigger 1, V-Trigger 2 kind of discussion. Obviously, we just kind of scratched the surface there with the whole thing where if you don't pick V Trigger 1, you're losing out on some things. Now, I wanted to ask you, like, what is the biggest selling point for V Skill 2 and V Trigger 2 in your opinion? Like, if you had to sell this idea to someone, what would be the thing that you would say?
So the one thing that really stands out to me, V Skill 2, or I should say V Trigger 2 specifically, is incredibly good at maximizing the damage you get from Grey Life. Because of the ability to have a real block string from, like, let's say stand medium kick, regular fireball into EX red fireball, and it doesn't cost any meter and it has no gap, suddenly you're +8 in their face, and you have all the, like, it's probably like 30 extra points of gray damage mixed in with the chip damage, and you get a real strike throw mix up. And if you get that twice around, that's deadly. And then the other thing that I think is a really big benefit and something that Akuma capitalizes on, most characters this is like kind of your win condition in Street Fighter V, but I think Akuma does this exceptionally well. If I have you in the corner and you aren't ready to take throw after throw after throw until you're dead, if you get shimmied and I have V Skill 2, V Trigger 2, you just explode. And it's like, not only does that feel great as a player, like me, right? Obviously, if you're on the other end, you feel real bad. But from my perspective, it feels great, but it's like it's so rewarding for what is kind of the pace dictator in this game being offense, right?
Right.
And so to have that ability to just really melt your health bar if you guess wrong is such a huge pro for this specific loadout.
Oh, okay.
Nice and detailed answer.
I might pick up them tomorrow and then just lose and
It's
go back
so
to
fun.
playing Poison. So, no, but no, do you know what? I thank you for that breakdown, because again, you're like probably the only guy I know that's actually super consistent with the V Skill 2, V Trigger 2 layout. I think I've seen other people use it, but I'm like, they're probably not patient to wait that long for V Trigger 1. And they, obviously, if they make too many mistakes, they die because he's got 900 vitality. So that's interesting. Veggey, you got any questions for Mr. Mostafles before I basically bombard Glitter with questions?
I think I could build off on the V Skill, V Trigger thing. Since, as you say, with the chip damage and all that, with the V Trigger 2, what do you feel is the biggest weakness or the biggest loss from picking V Skill 2 over V Skill 1 when it comes to offense?
So offensively, so something that I think really helps out, like top tier characters in this game. I won't say necessarily top tier characters, but there are a couple of top tier characters that have this as an example. But something that really helps is if you have a way to deal with on reaction, or maybe as a built-in OS, like V reversals. And with Akuma, we've seen Tokido time and time again utilize certain option selects to deal with like a V reversal and just parry it. And then you get, not only do you get to make them miss out on their V gauge, but you're also punishing them for a ton of damage. And with V Skill 2, I can't do that. And that is a pretty big detractor. I also think like offensively, I lose out on the ability to do Kara Demon, right? Which is huge, very, very strong, very, very cheap. So it's like, it does have its trade-offs, but one thing, I talked about this, right, is this idea of challenging myself. And I am a pretty firm believer that Akuma is, just as an archetype as a character, and the strengths that he is a good enough character that if I'm the better player, even if I'm choosing something that is, again, less optimal, maybe not quite as strong, I should still be able to beat you. So I'm willing to forego what might be the stronger option, because I think he has the tools outside of that to still win regardless, if I am the better player.
Okay, fair.
Could you play V Skill 1 with V Trigger 2, or is the V Skill 2 too important, do you think, in that setup?
No, I actually think V Skill 1 is really good with V Trigger 2, specifically with like corner carry and even like some other chip setup situations. So like I would guess, you know, when V Trigger 2 first came out, it was really popular to show on Twitter, like the crazy chip damage you can do in like a kill sequence, right? If you have all the meter, you can do a ton of damage and kill from, you know, they've got like 200 health. And with V Skill 1, you actually get a little bit more out of that. That's a real block string and a little bit extra. But again, for me, it's about using the stuff that I do think is a little bit more challenging, and proving that even with this thing that's maybe not as good, I can still beat you.
Huh. Ah, that's interesting. I like this breakdown, because it's we don't talk to anyone or play anyone that uses V skill 2 or play many people
Sure,
using
right.
it. So at least with that knowledge. So I actually respect you taking time to break it down for us. I might need to make more notes. Should have made more notes while you're talking. But right now, I got to talk. I got to go over to my favorite person because she plays the same character as me. Great. So Glitter, my first question is, what made you gravitate towards Poison in Street Fighter 5? Did you play in another game before, or is this the first time you played Poison?
I played her in Street Fighter 4 as well. She
Oh,
was
you
my
played
main
4
in
as
both
well?
games. Yep.
I didn't even know that. Okay. Oh, that's interesting because I already heard about you through SF5. I didn't know. See, this is interesting because a lot of people played 4, but they weren't as stream
I was
wasn't
not
as
as
big.
good at 4.
Okay, fair. Let me ask you this then: do you miss the fireball?
Sometimes, yeah. It doesn't have a hurt box on it, so that's pretty nice. But I definitely get whiff punished a lot now.
Okay, I mean, is this? Let me ask you this as well: is this the most fun version of Poison you played, or do you
I
prefer?
think so, yeah.
Okay.
I would prefer this. If she comes back in 6, I would love her to have a similar playstyle to what she does now.
Fair, I like it. See, someone's in my corner. Someone gets it. all you people are haters. No, I'm kidding. Don't worry. Anyway, now I have seen you stream a fair bit, and I think you are like pretty good at what you do, pretty big in regards to
thank
streaming
you.
as well. Because like you're super consistent. I think you stream at very late hours, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Sometimes I
Yeah.
wake up in the mad early in the morning. You're streaming. I'm like, damn, you're playing Poison at 2 in the morning. I couldn't.
Yeah, I'm a night owl for sure.
Okay. Does training late at night help you improve and like get better at the game, or it doesn't really matter when you play? Because I am actually curious.
I think I play better in general at night just because I'm more awake at night. Like I'm more focused. During the day, I get really tired. So.
Okay, fair. Now, also, I have seen you play another game as well. Is Overwatch, and
Yeah.
did you play Overwatch before Street Fighter 5, or was it the other way around?
Yeah, I played it for 4 years. Yep.
Wow. So were you like a real pro at that as well?
I was master, so same rank in this game and that game.
Has any skills you had from Overwatch transitioned smoothly to Street Fighter, or is one game harder than the other?
They're really different. I guess I've always been really like critical of my play, and I think that helped me level up really fast in this game. Because I went from like bronze to where I am now in like a year and a half, pretty much 2 years maybe.
Do you know what? That's actually not bad, because I've known people where it's taken, especially during probably pre-pandemic, it's taken them longer to get to a certain point. I think some people misunderstand how rapidly a lot of players develop in a short amount of time. A year and a half sounds like a long time, but it really isn't in the grand scheme of things. So this game's been out for what, 6 years now? Coming on 6 years or something like that?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, yeah, I got to this point in a year and a half. I got to this point in 2 years. It's like, look, some people can achieve that in 4. So it's just some things that you learn quicker and faster than others.
Yeah.
Now,
Honestly, though, like the biggest thing about switching games for me was like not having to deal with like the team aspect anymore. Like fighting games being 1v1s. It's like you win based or lose based on your own merit as a player, and you don't have to worry about like other people holding you back or you holding other people back. It's like you either win or lose, and you know that you outplayed them. So
okay.
How did that transition from a team game to a solo game? How did it feel? Did you have like mixed feelings? Did you feel?
honestly, it was. I've always played fighting games, but competing in them is just way easier for me because I don't have to worry about like holding a team back or letting other people down. It's like if I lose, I let myself down. That's it. So.
I kind of like it's not releasing like or letting go of a burden. It's like, damn, okay, I just know it's me now. Like it's no one else. I can't look left. I can't look right. Obviously, I can blame my character if it's low tier. Poison's
That
a
is
bit.
always an option.
Poison's a bit of a struggle in some cases. Wink, wink. But you know, that's it. But right. let me ask you this because I know I've spoken to you about this before, Glitter. But I want to see if your mind has changed on this, because obviously Poison has been toned down twice now since her release, or since the buff she got after IDOM 1. Let me ask you, in your opinion, give me 3 Poison's hardest matchups, in your opinion.
Probably Honda, Bison, and Balrog.
Okay. I'd say,
I think, especially with the nerf
one.
on the pushback on Crouching Fierce now, all those matchups are way harder than they were before. So.
Okay, that's probably the exact same as mine. I'd put that out there. I'd probably say the fourth and fifth spot is.
What about Luke?
Luke? No,
Luke is.
I think that's even.
I think is slightly harder. I think it's like probably a 6.4, maybe 5.5, 4.5.
Okay.
For Luke, right?
Luke wins. Yeah.
Yeah. I can see that. I feel Luke is a great option against Poison because you can't really do that.
Tell that to
Poison's
Phenom.
style.
Phenom never listens to me. He listens to you.
Yeah, but no, listen, no, you can't discuss matches with Venom if he makes the characters. If he makes the character is actually not that great. So,
Okay.
yeah.
No, fair. Now, Glitter, let me ask you this one last question before we
Sure.
move on. Have you ever wondered why more people aren't playing Poison? I find it weird.
Yes, all the time. Yeah, especially because people complain about how broken she is. That's always the first thing I point to. Is I'm like, oh wow, she's so broken, but I'm like one of the only people left playing her. So.
No, because I can't talk to you people because you don't play the character. I can talk to Glitter because she does play the character. But it's like you play this character day in and day out. You're trying to improve and make sure you try not to make as many mistakes. And we're trying to like obtain the level of Idom because Idom is the best Poison.
Right.
But like even you've done some things I haven't seen Idom do. And let us not forget, you probably don't want to bring this up, but you almost beat Idom in a CPT. Was it a CPT?
Yeah, it was CPT.
Oh my god! I didn't know
And the thing is, I actually spoke to Idom, and I said to him, "You know, Glitter could have got you." And he said, "I know." he actually said, like, I think he said you got a bit nervous at one point when he was bringing
yeah.
it back, but
Yeah.
like you were beating him pretty convincingly. And it's a case when I watch you, I watch Idom, I watch Mylin, and it's like, okay, there are a few people playing the character, but why isn't there more people playing? Because obviously she gets spoken about way more in high regard and a negative connotation. So I just wanted to just hear your perspective on
Yeah,
it.
it's a mystery, honestly. I think she's really fun and she's really strong, so.
See, you hear that? She's really fun. Veggey, she's really strong. Hop on over, Veggey. Come on, hop
Damn,
on over.
need to jump
but
on
no,
that poison drain.
Jammerz,
I think
you know,
she's-
I tested her. Oh, sorry, Glitter.
I was gonna say, I just think one of the things that makes me gravitate towards her playstyle is the fact that, you know, she can just be in control. Like, I feel like if you play perfectly as Poison, like, there's nothing that your opponent can do to win. And I like being in control.
Especially in a
in
volatile
games.
game like this. So
Yeah.
I like that. Okay, fair.
But that's the thing, though, Jammerz, because I tried Poison a little bit this weekend. I mean, I didn't even optimize combos or anything.
that
So
right?
I just tried her, like 10 games in ranked and
you feel good?
battle lounge with a friend.
You feel
and
good?
you know what? I realized that learning to play Poison is more about just learning what every character can do that's wild and then being ready for it. And to me, that sounded like a lot of work.
What was that? I'm sorry.
a lot of work.
Sorry, let me clean up.
No,
Sorry,
no,
I didn't quite. I
This
didn't
is
quite hear
going
that.
to get clipped and shipped.
I didn't
No,
quite hear that.
I say it. When you've done the work, it's very frustrating for the opponent. But learning the work is really frustrating for you as a player because you can really notice how everyone is just going in, going in, because they kind of have to, right? It's in her design, but I did find it hard to be as poised. I mean, my poison wasn't optimal at all, but it just
Nah,
the
continue,
jump
please.
after
This
the
is music
jump
to my
after
ears.
the
Now
jump,
you
and
understand
then-
why my hairline
and then
has gone
finally they
backwards.
land that jump and suddenly you lose like 450. It was just a little bit like it's not my style to learn at least.
Well,
'Cause
listen,
I'm more
now-
about the interactive aspects and less about the
Now
Yeah,
you
preemptive aspect.
understand why my hairline has gone a little bit backwards because I got to stop all this wildness in the game. People are like, nah, I don't like poison. I'm like, excuse me, my hairline's on the line here. I need to keep it intact. Like, and I like that you said it's a bit hard work. I like that. Crouch fierce. I got to do 100 sit-ups before I press the button. It's fantastic. Anyway,
yes, but yeah, it's hard work to get there.
well, listen.
That's and
Are you giving? Are you doing the forbidden tech in the FGC? Are you giving credit to the players? Is that what you're doing?
no, it's hard work to get there, and then I stop.
Do you know what? I'm gonna ask
shipping.
two more questions, right? Glit, I'm gonna ask you this first. Is Poison a carry character? I need your
No.
honest opinion.
No, she's not.
You don't think she is?
I think there's only one character in the game that carries. Like,
Don't say
Which
it.
one?
Don't say it.
I think Honda carries. I think holding back and pushing forward and doing too much damage and being an anti-air and being a cap closer, it just covers too many options for how easy it is. So
Oh no, I'm carried.
I like that she did not hold back when she said that. How do you know? Glitter, you're
Now
the
you have
best.
to ask Mostafles as well.
No, I was going to ask him. Like Mostafles, right now, and even in his prime, did you think Akuma carried people?
Right now, no. In his prime, he kind of did. But I think really only in like season 2 and 3. Outside of season 2 and 3, no. And genuinely, I pretty strongly don't think Akuma is even the best Shoto right now. I don't even think he's number 2. I think he's maybe 3rd.
Okay, who's
Number
your...
1 is Ken, and number 2 is probably a tie between Kage and Ryu.
Wow. Okay.
Whoa.
No, he plays Shoto.
No, can you repeat that?
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I
Yeah,
just want to hear it.
I think Ken is the best Shoto, and then like kind of a tie for second is like probably between Kage and Ryu. Ryu might be a little bit better because I think he's maybe a little more solid, though he doesn't have the same robbery as Kage does.
Okay, fair play. Right, I've got to ask you one quick question before we go on a break, and it's going to take like 3 seconds. Mostafles, who do you think the best character in the game is?
Oh, it's Luke, and it's not even close. That character is ridiculous.
Okay, fair play. Glitter, what about you? You share the same sentiment? You got a different best character in the game?
I think Dawson is probably the best character.
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what? I'm going to hold that opinion because
Nice.
like my stream team said we got to go on a break. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Stop it. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a break. That is the pre-match interview concluded. But when we come back from our short break, we're going to have Mr. Mostafles and Glitter in the lobby for the First 10 exhibition. You still have time to enter your predictions on the tweet, not in the chat, or I'll get rid of you. Right. We're going to take a break. See you in a bit.
7-3.
In a bit, yeah.
welcome back to Capcom Fighters on Twitch, called Sets the First 10 Series. My name is Olvaha.
And this
On
is
my
Veggey.
left, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. you took a pause for dramatic effect, and I was like,
I
"Oh,
did.
it's my turn. It's my turn to talk. Oh my god, I need
You
to say something.
blundered
Let
it.
me say something." I'll just say
blundered
Veggey.
it.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
if you just tuned in, we're gonna have Mostafles versus Glitter. It's gonna be most likely Akuma versus Poison this week on this fine Monday. And let me just say, I'm excited. It's really hard to say who's gonna take this. I think they're both fantastic players. I'm not really sure about how the matchup goes. We kind of need to consult Jammerz, I think.
Yeah, you know what I find the most interesting today is that whenever something poison-ish happens or something that people consider very strong in poison, we can just laugh and ask Jammerz what's up, and he's kind of got to be there in a defensive position or not defensive position, explain, and the banter will be strong with this one due to the pick of
now?
poison. It will be he's back. We were just planning to take over the show without you, but it wasn't going too good.
No. See, what I don't like you do is you like to rope Olvaha into things and get him into trouble when it's only you. I know what you're up to.
He can think for himself, Jammerz.
He's
Come
an
on.
instigator. But you are very
Instigators.
charming, and it's hard to resist your ideas, Veggey.
Wow. Okay.
Yes,
I
thank
like
you.
that. Bloopers.
All right, so how does this matchup go, Jammerz?
So I do think it is in Poison's favor. I wouldn't say a solid 6-4. We need to find the game sound. We definitely need to find the game sound. We need to find it very quickly.
I can make the sound effects though.
Please
Yeah,
do
I was
not.
going to say that. Yes, please do. Silk.
Okay, so they're going
Heart rate.
Oh, nice.
They're going to see it on the screen right now while we're watching
Okay,
it.
V trigger 2.
Is that it? Okay, there it is.
There it is.
There
Nice.
you go.
We apologize for anyone seeing the windows there.
I'm sorry for everything.
But yeah,
Okay, let's see that V-Trigger 2 at work, though.
I have heard that Glitter absolutely adores this matchup. I personally don't. It is in Poison's favor, but there are a couple of elements you need to watch out for. The air fireball, but there's an easy way to tackle it. I think it's Akuma's fracture medium punch pressure as well as his throw game. It can be pretty difficult to deal with. As well as if Akuma gets a life lead, I think he can kind of hold it against Poison. But this is a new layout, so this is entirely like a new matchup to learn as a Poison player. So
Yeah, for sure. Okay, the heart rate into the back throw.
Is there any way to deal with the fireball, air fireball, and normal jump in, or air fireball at all, or is it more like a guess situation?
let's wait for this round to finish. Yeah, gets hit by the forward fist. So if Akuma does air fireball, you can react with her V skill 2, go under it, and punish the landing frames with Stern Fist.
Okay,
So you can do
it's
that.
kind
If-
of like a
and if he jumps normally, then you can deal with the normal jumping.
yeah. So you kind of have to guess on this one, and I was nice spacing on Mostafles, and which has become easier since season 4. I think season 5 there was a change to that or somewhere. So it's kind of like it's harder to punish it. It's easier to get it on -2 or sometimes even 0 or I believe plus.
All right, there's a V shift away, presses hard kick to chase it down, but then gets the punish, misses the option select with the standing hard
Another
kick.
roundhouse from Glitter.
I like that Mr. Mostafles is testing Glitter's options and reactions with the Demon Flip. Just abuse it until they actually know the Demon
Yeah, like the extremely late dive kick, for example. He's already demonstrated that, and like all the other options. Just like he said.
And I'll
You're
tell
too
you
late there.
something else. All right, close it out with the overhead. Yeah, I'll tell you something else that's pretty important in this matchup as well. Is actually V-shift while you're in the corner. You can stop or avoid most of his buttons into fireball, the red fireball. Because there's a small gap. When you V-shift, you get a full punish from Stand Fist. So Stand Fist for Poison is actually probably her best button in this matchup. Because outside of using it to cancel and get chip damage and grade damage, it actually is used to punish a lot of his things. And he's only got 900 health, so taking off like 200 and something is a big deal in the long run.
Right.
Fireball again, you can punish that.
Yeah, and I definitely think you can very strongly and easily whiff punish the Stand Fierce from Poison and shoot it whiff. I think the problem for that a lot of players is that they're not expecting the Fierce and they're afraid of the crouching heavy punch. They're kind of like putting themselves in a position where they can't necessarily react to the standing heavy punch, which is something that might come with more experience.
Alright, cartwheel under,
nice.
gets the counter hit, so this is going to be a full combo. Going to go for some Oki off the medium avant line, but misses the roundhouse, unfortunately.
Oh, gets hit by the delay though.
Oh, there you go, the normal Tatsu from the...
Yeah, that's one of the new changes, right?
Yeah, it is. I think Mostafles
you
was
got that,
very
yeah.
happy about that change, actually. He did tweet about it
Oh,
when the
stays
patch
in
came out.
front! Yo! The ambiguous cartwheel stays in front because if she moved a little bit closer and did that, she would have gone behind him. That's probably
Yeah.
what Mr. Mostafles expected.
And that was really like on the fly thing because it was like a delayed wake up or something. She saw the situation and what's it called when you're just making it on the fly?
Oh, improvising.
And yeah, she just improvised on the fly and found a nice left-right mix-up to take the last round.
I really like
It's
how
it's dangerous though. Kind of feel like she needs to be reversal if she gets hit again, but she gets out anyway.
I really like how Mostafles has been able to convert from the air fireballs very consistently so far.
So yeah, this is one of the problems in the matchup, and it's like Poison has the answers, but still dealing with the aerial approach because Demon Flip is
Right.
a lower altitude and it comes at a different angle. There's regular jumps, there's air fireball, and when your opponent goes to the air, you just want to press crouch and medium punch. So,
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
very
I know
easy
the
to
pain.
get kind of blown up because of like being too excited to press crouch medium punch.
don't worry,
And
this
I
is,
think
this is the first to 10, so the matchup will kind of show itself over time, probably.
What was that interaction there?
That is
Hello?
that framing thing we talked about where Broski missed his punish earlier because of that
Right.
thing. So it happens even from the air. That was crazy stuff. And this is where Mostafles has made most of his damage, and Glitter doesn't want to
Nice
reversal or V-shift like Jammerz spoke about. And I think maybe having the tool and just using it might be necessary at some point. Nice getaway.
Got him
Oh,
again.
and there
Yeah.
it is. I really like, just like you said earlier, Jammerz, I really like how Mostafles is using that demon flip very early on to kind of set the pace and try to make Glitter guess as many times as possible.
So I think, yeah, right now, I think it's just like shaking off the first game, second game nerves because
Right.
Akuma's got one of those moves that will shake anybody up in tournament. Demon flip, you just want to react with a jab or something and you mistime it and then they get full combo from it, you're in the corner, then you've got to get out. I do see a pressing medium kick, but I think that's V-shift. She might be doing it at the wrong input, down back or something. But we'll see over time. Things will open up. Mostafles has been using V-shift like extremely well so far.
This is such a Glitter round though. Everything is working out right now.
Oh,
What's he gonna get? Oh, she delayed the back throw, afraid of the DP into cancel, and this is Mostafles again, and he fights the answer preemptively. But he's unfortunate that he doesn't get the full combo. That was such a I don't know if he did that intentionally or was just part of his like rotation, because I do feel that if you rotate a lot of offensive moves, that's what can get some Poison players and make them second guess themselves because there's so much happening.
Yeah,
And you
of
kind of
course.
have to decide what to be ready for, as we spoke about when you asked me what I think about Poison now.
nice anti in the back
nice.
fist. Right, she's
And converts from it, very nice.
Glitters
And that's
getting,
only possible with V-Skill 2?
Gets out.
Fortunate situation for Glitter, yeah.
Can you get tick throw?
V.
No.
Oh, there you go. Oh,
That was
okay,
sick.
I like that side switch, yeah.
That was sick.
Making the most out of the spacing.
Trust me, like I see little to like no Akuma's playing this layout, so I'm just learning a lot of stuff that he can do, which I
Yeah,
can
for
see
sure.
why this will annoy Poison a lot more than the other layout.
Now, we've seen Mostafles drop
Dead.
the very important dive kick from the demon flip into the stand medium kick a few times. He needs to be careful with that.
I know that Glitter felt that in her heart when she pressed crouching medium punch. Is this going to work? And it even traded. That
Do you
must
know
have been
what?
such a stressful situation to be in, Jammerz.
She's
As
still,
Poison.
she's still doing she's still innately reacting as quickly as possible with the button. Hopefully, as the set goes by, because if I was Mr. Mostafles, I'd keep rinsing that because that's not guaranteed all the time. She's pressing it, it's working, but how, it's been what, 70-30? And unsuccessful for the crouching medium punch? The dive kick's been hitting a lot, so...
And the reward is definitely a lot higher on Mostafles, and when it does hit Oki damage, corner carry, everything's working out. Now it's Glitter's time to shine. She hasn't gotten much out of the heart rate so far in this set. Earlier, nice counter.
Dash up.
Alright, good damage here, spends
Almost
the
in the
ball.
corner.
That looks mad for Oki. That actually
Yeah,
looks
that's
kind of
actually,
insane for Oki.
yeah. And
Was
you
that a bit late for viewers?
No, too far. The grab wouldn't have connected, it was too far. And Poison's V reversal doesn't move her forward.
Nice reaction to the fireball, but doesn't get too much out of it. And again with the diamond flip, this is so close. Nice blocking. Mostafles with the back heavy
the back
punch.
fingers.
Yeah, listen,
That is some-
you can't do that.
That's something for Glitter to put in like the memory book and start maybe waiting a bit and get that empty jump from further out just to stop or make Mostafles second guess his anti-airs, because he's really comfortable doing that right now.
Oh yeah, he's comfortable.
Nice.
He's comfortable jumping and he's comfortable anti-airing.
Yeah. And I mean, you can definitely, if they're not TPing, you have ways to make them uncomfortable. Let's see if she... Again, he guesses right. He's rinsing
nice
he's circulating his options so well. It's hard for Glitter to get anything going right now after those EX heart rates. Oh, the double throw and almost a third. Nice activation. What's it gonna be?
Side swap. Yeah, watch out for the EXDP.
With the damage!
Delay, nice. Demon flip out.
Nice.
Yes, that's brilliant. That damage was fantastic. If he jumps again, he doesn't even need to, because he dashed into a stand fierce that was buffered into EX low heart rate. Taking it to the final round here in game 4.
And just as you called it, it's all about the comfortability coming after the first couple of games, but that was such a great timing on the crouch fierce, and it's already quarter time. Nice challenge
I like
with
the
the standing heavy
challenge.
kick.
Yeah, I was just about to say, what a nice challenge from Glitter.
Nice. Mixes it up. And they're going to get a
A lot of
conversion.
damage.
Right, this
Ooh,
is
I
gets
like
the game.
it. Skipping the hits on the medium Tatsu to get the juggle there. I like that.
Mostafles is really good at circulating his options and making her like not know what's coming. He's been really all around there, and when he gets that hit on her, her health bar is melting kind of a bit faster than it maybe has to, and I feel like if she can slow down on the defense and be more inclined to it's hard to say exactly what, because she has been taking throws and then being counter hit, but it is definitely that point in the match where everything changes and it goes from her control into his.
There seems to be an urgency to kind of get control or re-establish control as soon as possible.
Right.
And it's kind of doing it in the easiest way possible, right? And this is interesting because there's ways for Glitter to slow things down, but Mr. Mostafles has been absolutely clinical with his answers and his offensive pressure, so...
Nice anti-air, she's just waiting for it, slowing down, great conversion.
That's it!
And gets the meaty stem, medium punch for the counter hit. Really good stuff right now.
Do you know what? This is good because it makes sure is Glitter playing front tight, is Mr. Mostafles trying to see. Again, I'm just seeing tests. I'm even seeing tests on Glitter's end as well, actually, to see if Mr. Mostafles knows how to get past. There it is! That's what you got to do against
nice
air
cartwheel.
That's a full punish. You don't even have to get air punish, it's a full punish. And that's stun. You might be dead because it's 2 bars. You might be dead if you do the full combo.
With the Akuma HP, it's definitely possible.
Oh, that's so close! But she's not ready to punish that tech throw, probably baiting DP, not looking for it. But it doesn't matter because she finds that surprise cross-up, and Mostafles could definitely not back fierce that had to DP, wasn't ready, got hit crouching.
Well, even then,
Just getting back into it.
Do you wanna risk doing the cross-cut DP when your health's so low?
I mean, we're at the casino, so...
I mean, you basically lost if you block it, because that 50-50 and stagger will be very strong. Yeah. So, you know what, I'm gonna say yes! You want to risk it, Jammerz. What do you think?
I'm feeling lucky.
I would have been a deer in headlights in that situation as well. I would have just lost.
Nice.
Got to snuff out these V-shifts. He's been doing that a lot in that situation, especially from air resets.
I guess using the V-trigger too kind of opens up Mostafles for using the V-shift more actively.
Nice.
Yeah, I like that as well.
There you go, yeah.
Do you know what,
Leader answers back.
In a way, we are using the red bar for other things than coming back right now. Great stuff.
Mr. Mostafles' uses for V-shift has been like amazing.
Yeah.
Mostafles could have even converted from that. That was a really weird interaction with the Shakunetsu there.
I think when you have these 2-bar triggers, you're so much more inclined to using them for escaping as you will get them, especially when they're strong enough to come back on their own.
Yeah,
wow, what a
like
damn fierce.
This is heavy damage and also almost done. There you go. Mostafles on a really, really nice momentum right now.
Oh, we dropped the combo.
But he drops it. Make him pay for it. And he also used that V-bar. This is big. Doesn't find it jumping, but gets the activation. Oh, just backdashes away. That was one.
No V-shifts. Oh, don't V-shift.
There we go.
Don't V-shift. I'm seeing
One
the
more.
situation
One more.
too much.
Come on, let's go.
Are you feeling lucky?
Oh, man, let's go. I love it.
The house always wins.
Listen.
You should have folded.
No, listen. Listen, you have to remember, the house doesn't always win.
Yeah, that's kind of more to it because That was a comeback from the grave. Nice delay on the crouch
was
beating, but just
fantastic.
catching like on the last active frames.
With punish, I see you there. Putting in the work. Tried to punish the teleport, but just slightly far away. Mr. Mostafles
more ready
looking for a
this
jump
time.
in. He's looking for a jump in.
Okay, he's quite far away. Doesn't need to like react so defensively from the hard rate.
Oh, again gets that delay. That's the second time
Yo,
that's
I
happened,
like
and this is huge damage.
Okay.
That's
Into
unsafe.
a very
Yeah, that was
strange.
unsafe.
Yeah, that was definitely a left-right, and Glitter blocked it perfectly, but does not get a conversion. Instead of Stampfish conversion. What a lucky throw, but it works out. Let's go.
No. The EX.
Oh, that's dead.
Oh, that's dead.
So
Gets caught tech.
that
This
was,
has been insanely
no.
back and forth.
Do you know what? That might not have been. That might not have been a tech. That might have been a button. But
Yeah,
the
I
setup,
mean,
the setup that Mr. Mostafles went for, that dive kick, that looked hella unsafe. That might have been targeted for his back recovery. Might have to ask him about that later. But then
Yeah,
it got
the
a
back
bit.
recovery came into
It got a bit scrambly. That Molotov toss was to cover two options: regular jump or demon flip, because it can catch it on the way down if you wanted to side swap. So
Nice.
it wasn't like you can call it a random toss, but it does cover a few things.
Oh yeah, no, I thought it was like an input. I actually, you know, I don't know Poison enough. I thought it was something that wasn't intentional but just worked out. But when you're explaining it like that, I totally understand it.
That's why we
I mean, yeah, we've seen the first time he woke up with Stand Light Punch, it worked. But since then, Glitter has capitalized on meaties and making him press and get counter hit 2 or 3 times. So it's definitely something for Mostafles to maybe look to not use as much. That was punish range, but she's been hit by the double fear so much she didn't want to press.
Mostafles looking for the cross counter so he can target combo into V-Trigger, but he's not going to get it now. Please do not do it again. Okay. He's stunned. I think
What
he's
a
stunned.
hit.
Yeah, he's stunned. He's dead.
Oh
Yeah, he's dead.
I was just about to say how Mostafles has been really good at setting up the corner, but just like that, just Glitter just turns it around.
Nah, the problem is, I think sometimes it's easier to do against Akuma than most other characters. She can take the corner away from him, like, super easy. Even without the V-Trigger activation for the side swap. That's minus. That was minus.
Damn, that's kind of nasty.
You can't deter him from pressing. He's a man with a dream.
He is.
All right, here we
Satsui
go.
no
Can he
dream.
get 2 throws maybe? Baits the throw instead. That's going to be scaled, but it should be a dead poison. That should be a dead poison.
But there's a lot of scaling. But
Left
No,
on
it
meter.
should be- it should- Whoa, no, actually, you might
he
be
that's
dead.
definitely not.
Oh my
There's no
god!
burn damage here, Jammerz.
Yeah, there is a...
Yeah. If there was, you would be dead.
We don't have the privilege.
Sorry.
Oh, what a beautiful fireball. Glitter reading the air approach maybe, and Mostafles keeping on throwing. Maybe even just trying to stop the fireball approach.
Another jump. Yeah, this is what's letting her down in some aspects, Glitter, but she's able to fight it back. And you know, the momentum these two have gained in their like preferable situations has been fantastic. Gets a forward throw. And then he's trying it again. He got
Wow,
the shimmy.
clean shimmy.
That's going to catch her out. That's dead.
Oh, nice delay. I really like that. Wow, what a round for Mostafles.
So,
Moist
both
waffle.
of these two, both Glitter and Mostafles, need to pick up on certain things. Glitter needs to be careful of the throw situation in the corner because Mostafles is taking advantage of I can dash and do a button or shimmy or whatever. The other thing that needs to happen is Mostafles needs to be careful where he challenges. Because again, counter hit damage from a character like Poison with the vitality you have, that's not a very good combination. You need to be very careful. He's mixed in teleports and V-shifts here and there, but even the V-shift, when I told him not to V-shift, what did he do? He V-shifted. It's very dangerous.
Yeah, the wake-up situations have kind of been the most dangerous for Mostafles, for sure.
Nice plus frame setup on that demon slide from the flip. I like how he's using the viewers to just get her closer to the corner.
Okay. Triple dash for the old
Oh, trying to break
He
out.
just bases it down anyway.
and a throw bait.
Oh, I like that. I like that throw bait, but it didn't quite work out. Glitter was on point. Situational awareness ready. Can make the comeback, but that's going to be a punish. That should be dead.
Nice punish.
He should have spent the bar.
No, I can't believe it. Oh, nice.
Instead of spending the bar, he bets it on the jump fireball. Greedy, but I see you.
Anti-air
Nice
again.
bait.
Yeah, these two are very aggressive with their jumps.
Very.
Like they've
It's a
literally
very
been
fast-paced match.
Yeah, it is.
It does fit the team, doesn't
But
it?
the thing is, I like that they're both able to match the tempo of the other person. I don't. I know it. Well, that's what crouch fierce work. Gonna cancel it,
This is
yeah.
big, nice block, but there's an activation coming, so there's still plus frames. Great damage, chip
Here we
damage,
go
nice
for the great
reversal,
damage.
but it's not enough.
All right. So that's going to be
That was
5-3 to Mostafles. You know, I'm loving this back and forth right now. There's one thing I've been practicing recently that I haven't actually seen enough people do. Glitter could have done it there, but I don't think enough people have it as muscle memory. You can V-shift his forward fierce. You can V-shift Akuma's forward fierce and punish it. It's relatively easy to do, but obviously in the hot seat, it's not, because you think he's going to grab you, you want to save the V-trigger, but you can do it. It's actually harder to do against Gao's upside down kick, because that's quicker.
Right.
I've
Yeah,
tried it
I'm
against
sure you
upside
can
down kick.
yeah.
You can do it. You can do it.
But I would
very
imagine if you can react when you're doing it against Akuma.
You can
gotta
grab or
try
press a
that.
button, but I think it's comfortable for a lot of people to do a V-shift.
Okay, we're back in the corner here, Mostafles. Running on a very nice life lead. Ooh, very favorable trade as well.
Stays in front, goes low. Right, we could set up a guess for game situation. What's it going to be? Mostafles' defensive choice is to backdash and get that stun to reduce.
He's like, I'm out.
Yeah, out. He's going to cancel that and try and
Scary.
chip.
Oh, she gets the pressure, but guesses wrong. This is so big.
That was minus.
No, the overhead was
The judo chop.
chop in the head.
Damn.
The Austin's power special.
I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't seen Akuma's overhead used like this in so long. Like, like so frequently. It's been a breath of fresh air actually watching Mostafles.
I really like Mostafles Akuma is such a dynamic showcase of this character because he plays hyper aggressive at points. It's just really fun to watch.
All right, gets the
Punishment glitter,
opening. Delay tear.
Danger. Here comes the activation. What's it gonna be? One throw. Oh, slight delay on the walk-up stamina punch. Another one.
Wow.
She
Nice
doesn't want to
challenge
reverse
from
though.
Glitter.
I
Yeah,
think
she's
she's
getting
going to spend
the
it.
payoff
Yeah,
from
she's
it.
going to
Yeah,
spend
she
it. Okay. Akuma's not dead. Still alive, but it means it's entitled Mostafles to use his V-trigger or demon flip in and do something.
What a read! I love it!
No.
Yes!
No, do you know what? Do you know what? Glitter is the greatest poison player of all time. And
That was sick.
I am the greatest soothsayer of all time because it means he's going to demon flip in.
Nostradamus.
And look at this correct decision after decision. Fierce whip, fierce anti-air, everything's been right. Nice, no
Oh,
punish.
that's gonna be a punish.
Was that the one that's safe on block Jammerz?
Which one?
The flip she did there?
The heavy one's
That's the
-2.
punish.
That's back
Yeah,
throw.
exactly. And Mostafles
Nah,
thought it
listen,
might have been
do you know
another
what?
one.
I'm alright. I'm bad at answering, but I'm alright at this game. I'm alright.
You are all right for sure. I mean, we did see that just yesterday with.
Listen, listen, I've had reads on Mr. Mostafles. I've never played Akuma. I said, don't be shifty, be shift. I said, nah, he's gonna demon flip in or do something else. Boom. That's why she threw the Molotov up there. There's two things you can do. She did one of them. So, nah, props to...
They hated him because he told the truth.
But you know what? I want to see Mostafles bring out like some next level tech now. I want to see it. he tried to walk up
Look at those daring walk-ups though. He knows that Glitter sometimes has to look to the air and he just walks up in it with a walk speed, utilizing it perfectly just to get closer, get something going, trying to feel the rhythm of when to jump, when to dash, when to walk. But right now
Look
though,
at these aggressive dashes from Mostafles right now. I like that.
Yeah, do you know what? I've got to ask him about that Tatsu. I've got to ask him about that situation.
Oh, the judo chop!
this is big.
Couldn't he have
That's a
killed?
kill.
Yeah, couldn't he have killed?
I
Kinda
think
feel like-
he certainly could have canceled.
He could
he
have,
did
and he's
anyway.
gone. He's definitely gonna regret it right now, right?
Oh no,
Could there be more?
it's the infamous coulda, woulda, shoulda. Oh no!
Could there have been more Jammerz? Could have been killed with us.
So Glitter could have killed with the activation. I'm pretty sure, but Mostafles could have killed before that. I'm pretty sure Mostafles
for
could have
sure,
killed
for sure.
before that.
Yeah, that was. I don't want to say greedy, but I'm gonna say greedy.
No, I'll say greedy.
Oh, nice conversion. Yeah, let's say
I'll
greedy.
say greedy. Wake up.
I feel like in Street Fighter 5, you definitely need to finish your plate when you have it.
He's at the blackjack and he's like, all or nothing, baby.
Do you know what? I think one credit people don't get enough credit for, is challenging the whip at certain times. Mostafles' challenges on when he feels the whip's gonna come out have actually been like a 80-90% success rate.
Right.
He's been getting huge mileage for that. Too far to get punished, but got crouch fist.
He's also one of those rare Akumas that actually tries to utilize the teleport to some extent.
Oh, you're not quite dead.
Pick up, that was so crazy, and the great damage and the chip damage, and that throw definitely would have killed with that great damage. But then we have that range with the back fierce with a whiff. If the empty jump was there, such a dangerous idea to work with. It works out for Mostafles.
I'll tell you what's crazy, right? It's I think Glitter saw that a jumping would have killed instead of she would have died from the anti-air. I think that's what she saw. Meaty goes low. That is -2. Goes with the delayed tech just in case of the back throw. And another V-shift there from Mostafles.
Another jump from Mostafles.
You won't consistently keep up with the answer you can go for.
Nice. I love it. And the great, I mean, the bird damage while he was getting knocked down. And another one finds the hit.
Yeah.
Another one!
Do you know why? He doesn't want to deal with the ambiguity of that the cartwheel setup that Glitter's doing.
I mean, I wouldn't want to deal with it either.
Watch out for the super. He's going to do a whole string, but you gotta watch out for the super.
No way!
Ooh, okay, interesting. Getting a bit sluggish. They're scrambling back and forth, but again, these are some of the interactions a lot of people like, and we're not in the hot seat right now, so this is probably 110% intensity for these guys because every hit counts for them.
Of course.
And sometimes, again, there's always going to be a minimum of 2 perspectives in this stuff. Again, one of the rounds we saw Glit go for a jump in. She saw the jump in could have killed, not that she could have died from the anti-air. And I feel sometimes the exchanges these guys are going for is like, I can kill you so that I might lose. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Empty
It's really
jump.
all nice empty jump on the crowd mean punch. I love there are answers to this hand here. As we see twice in a row right now, and this is the place where Glitter loses life but gets out this time. The reverse early. I love it. Let's go, the mix up.
What the whip do?
The whip.
Anti-air again. And a demon flip out.
Nice crouch medium punch. I really like that V-shift break.
Do you know what? If you really want to annoy a poison player, just keep V-shifting. Because they won't always get you. They won't always get you. All right, there you go.
Here we go for the kill. Mostafles again establishing a lead. We've seen Glitter come back many times. 4-6 close set.
And I love the way, I love the way that, both the players have been using their meter actually. It's like they never really hang on to it for CA. Glitter's done it once or twice, but...
Oh, this one's big. Gets the backdash and then the EX demon flip. Dangerous tech, but it works out. Oh, just doesn't quite. Too far, yeah, just too far. Oh, he actually gets through with the standing jab. Yeah. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Right, and the thing is as well, I don't blame Mostafles for jumping there because a lot of his jumpings have been successful, and that's how he's got momentum started. But the fact is, he lost again because Glitter's anti-airs were on point.
Yeah, and that will be
the whip is now kind of putting a world of hurt on Mostafles. But he has the corner now. There he's go once again.
Yeah.
Here comes the delayed pressure. Watch out. Is it going to be good block?
Oh,
Finally blocks
you don't jump.
Finally blocks it, but no punish ready. Maybe a range thing.
That's punishable.
Oh, no,
yeah, that's punishable if you don't cancel it.
Definitely is.
Don't tell him. Yeah, good.
Super cancel, yeah, definitely not. Kill range.
Oh, just run us into it.
All right, so getting to the equalizing point, or is it 6-5 now? 6-6.
It's 5-6.
Yeah,
Or,
they're keeping it tight. They're keeping it close.
I was just gonna say that this has been so back and forth. Like super exciting so far.
Yeah.
Really hard to say how it's gonna go.
But this is the thing. Glitter said at the start, or not at the start, she's told me in the past that Akuma is one of her favorite matchups. And I don't know if Mostafles favors fighting poison, because I don't know many people that do.
Right.
But it's that I do like the back and forth. So I've actually learned a lot of stuff looking at this matchup because of the layout. Yeah, she pressed the stand hard kick to stop him from doing anything afterwards. That's -4.
Hard wheels. And as long as it's safe, I think it's a great option because you don't really care about the V-break. You don't want them to get out and then do something, right? Oh, what a nice delay. Oh,
yeah, Glitter was just ready for that.
Getting close to equalizing at 6-6 now.
Again, this is going back and forth, but they got 1 bar apiece and another empty jump, but it was flopped, and I think Glitter thought she got a counter hit. That's why she went, but no cancel on the heart rate there, or the stand fierce into the heart rate.
It's almost like Mostafles didn't believe in his empty jump and saw it too late. But still got her in the corner though. No counter conversion, the stamina kick. Nice, keeps the pressure going.
And you know what? Those
Another
kind
one.
of those arbitrary like impromptu strings are what get anybody. Button into demon flip, button
Absolutely.
into fire.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't know what's the
Yeah.
true frame track, what the right button is, you know?
Or this demon flip to get out. Let's go. And Glitter was finding
or the
timings on
demon
defense
train.
now that she hadn't been finding earlier.
You know,
That actually does have some good usage. It does give you Oki plus corner carry that cancel in the air to the normal Tatsu. I really like that. That's a good buff of, like overall to V-Trigger too, honestly.
I've got to see, or we got to ask Mostafles the numbers on.
Big jumping. And plummet.
Yeah. I've got to ask her about
Definitely
all
at
these
these
jumps
ranges,
because like he's been answering her like fairly consistent.
But I do feel like she could definitely take advantage of those.
Nice
neutral
way.
jump.
That was
Let's get
such a good read.
That would have been so
optimal. It doesn't matter though.
Is she gonna
She's
spend
got
it?
pressure now.
She's gonna spend it. All right. Do you know what? He done demon flip last time. I don't think you're gonna do it again. You better
mean,
wait.
no.
You
Are you
better
sure?
wait.
I hope he does. I hope he
Nah,
does.
you wait. He's gonna wait. Nah, he's gotta wait. He's gotta wait. Do you know why?
And I
Because
feel like
Your
that was
feet,
almost
though.
punch range on that crouch heavy punch. Kind of like make it or break it at that point, but
right.
it works
let
out.
me
either
tell
way.
you something that Akuma players and Ryu players don't do. So they nerfed Crouch Fierce on Poison, but you know they buffed Ryu and Akuma's EX Tatsus. So I could show you the range where EX Tatsu doesn't look like it's going to punish, but it will. And no Akuma or Ryu player does it. They never do it. I told you, I told you this when the new patch dropped. I said there's so many things that do.
But I told you before the patch drop that this looks big, remember?
Yeah,
I
no,
want that cred. Give me the crease, baby.
Veggey was talking to me about my character. The moment those notes dropped, they said, I think this is big, Jammerz.
Oh, huge.
Done.
This is huge as well. And that medium punch follow up or medium, what's that whip move called, Jammerz? You are the master
What, Avant
of
line
group
or which one?
names.
The
Avant
multiple
line. We'll call it Avant line. Yeah.
What, the multiple wins?
The multiple.
Yeah, yeah, Avant line. Yeah, okay. Because you know what heart rate is.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone knows the heart rate.
Heart rate is,
Everyone knows what it is.
heart rate is the crouching heavy punch, right?
It's a low though.
Nice into it. So
You're gonna trick someone, Veggey.
all of these change-ups on defense has been working really well out for Glitter.
Oh, the double cartwheel! I think she tried to make something, but he backdanced into danger.
That was way too sick.
They're great.
It would have been way too sick if the read was like even more
just
accurate.
build enough gray and chip damage to get
Yeah,
the
the
kill
throw.
from
And
That
the
was
throw,
beautiful,
the
yeah.
forward throw does more damage than his back throw, so the great damage did help there. And another jump in. He's gonna take the mick out of you in the corner. No, he's not.
That sweep was big, but it's like one of the first times. Definitely ready to punish this time.
Oh, the size was in
Oh, you're dead. Yeah, you're dead. You're dead. You're dead. That's it. That's it. Don't drop this. Don't drop this.
No way.
Save the meter for next game. Let's go.
Okay. Okay, I haven't seen that combo before. I like it. I like it.
That's sick.
2 red 5.
I read in chat that was probably what he tried when we thought he was greedy with meters. So we'll definitely put that on our shoulders or whatever.
I didn't say anything.
No, I did.
I mean, you didn't.
I did.
You didn't. But me and Jammerz, we like to talk, so that's just what we do. So we say stuff. Sometimes it's wrong, and we are like, we like to be correct.
There's no
Correct
shame
me.
in being wrong.
Correct me right now.
Yeah, but so I know not what to get hit by next time.
Oh, just too late on the whiff punish. I mean, it's so fast-paced that you can't really blame them for not whiff punishing those few times they're actually whiffs, because there's so much on block, so much good spacing,
Yeah.
and such a high tempo. So when first something whips, you feel like the whole momentum changes and everyone just like sits there and waits. Oh, nice.
Sometimes I just feel like these
Another
matches have been
perfect.
going
Wait,
at
is this the
double speed.
rebuttal to the last round? Nah, you lot are going on some smoke, cuz.
This,
Wait,
this
you
is-
perfectly nailed it on that real quick.
This is definitely any percent now.
You know what? I love these two. I can't wait to hear these two on the mic afterwards.
They were very respectful before the set, so let's see if that keeps up after the set. Oh, nice. No punish range
Do you
for
know
that.
what? Some of the nicest people have the most ferocious playstyles.
I
Yes,
mean,
it-
it
it's always
usually
like
is
that.
way. Yeah, it usually is that way.
Nah.
This is huge. Nice.
Throw bait,
Ready to
nice
nice throw,
patience
gets
from Glitter.
payment for it, yeah. And a huge conversion from the crouch fierce.
Stun.
Mostafles was
again.
trying to challenge and get stunned for that.
And the burn damage is working out. Oh, walks out of the throw.
Don't jump, please. Do not jump. brother in Christ, don't jump. Please just stay on the ground.
Definitely ready for
Get
it.
out of there! Get out of there!
That has people aren't really ready to punish the V-skill power, but if you have a far-reaching special attack or even normal, it is actually
Yep.
really easy to react to.
You
And that
can
was
catch
a
it.
kind of a big Hail Mary, charge it up there, and it's really great that Glitter was ready for it, showing that you can't just do this. We're up to 6-6 and now 7-7.
No, do you know what? It's crazy, right? Because there are quite a few V skills where you can catch them, but again, like you said, being ready, having the correct answer, will it kill? Good punish on the target combo there from Glitter.
A lot of unanswered questions.
Well, that happens in life, not in this game. Oh man, there's a lot of unexplained situations in Street Fighter 5, but there's a lot of unanswered questions in life.
Unearthed secrets.
Great sequence of buttons.
Oh, look at
That
the trade.
was vital. No punish on the sweep. Misses the counter conversion, but
activation.
still in offense.
that was
Nice
from
interruption.
Glitter.
And again wakes up with the button. This time Glitter wasn't keeping it tight on the meaty. Let's go. Oh yeah. This is getting dangerous.
No way!
Do you know what? That
Wait.
situation has gotten Glitter every single time. Every single time. And you know what? That'd get a lot of people. Dash up. and then slight
Average,
walk back.
average throw bait enjoyer.
Well, what did they call him? Moist waffles. I don't know.
Moist waffles, baby.
This ain't moist waffles gameplay to me. This is clean.
Wow, what a conversion. Takes the throw. Nice timing on the crouching medium punch. Could have been in the back.
Oh, look at
Wait
the
for
Demon
it,
Flip. Oh,
but-
Nah, do you know what?
It's like it can go in front, and there's different timing if it goes in back. But it's something I think Poison's crouch medium punch goes so straight upwards that in timings where, for instance, Birdie could
Guys,
delay crouch medium punch,
guys,
she's getting hit out of it.
What's up?
Guys, I just want to say, rip to the guy who predicted 7-3.
Well,
It wasn't me.
yeah. I mean, I feel sorry for the guy whoever said it was 10-1 or 10-2. Well, boy, were you wrong.
Yeah.
But, you know, do you know what, Veggey?
Check yourself.
Veggey, I feel
Not
there's,
you.
like, with Demon Flip, you can actually wait until it comes down and then jab the Demon Flip on the ground
Yeah.
so you get full grounded combo. But again, we're not in the hot seat. It's actually difficult for a lot of people. I like that Mostafles actually stopping strings
he's
intentionally
punished.
and catching her off guard.
Yeah. Oh, nice. But there's no conversion there without the V-trigger, right? Nice interruption again.
Stop.
And there's a change down. All or nothing, baby. Oh, anything will take it. Steps out of the EXDP.
All aboard the roller.
All right, do you know what? He might be able to come back. If he can do that, hold that.
But he won't. Where's the prophet? Where is the prophet when you need him?
Guys, he's not here. He's
Oh
gone
yeah,
home.
he OS'd with the he might. Never mind.
He's gone home. Don't worry. I'm here 2 out of 7 days a week.
That's 5 days a week. That's
There you go. Nice bait on the anti-air there from Mostafles once again. And we're already in the corner.
Do you know what?
Well,
We need to ask him about crosscuts. We do need to ask him about crosscuts.
Yeah, we have to. It is a little bit more difficult with characters that have Shakunetsu compared to other Shotos. It is.
Uh-oh, hold
It is
on.
known.
Couple of throws will do it. Trying to get clear to fight. Oh, if you get hit, you're dead. Oh, no!
No, she had
way.
already decided. She had already decided the next action and did not recognize that
Nah,
the EXDP
you know what?
was coming.
You legit
No, he dropped it all.
Nah, you tripped over your own
My
shoelace there.
poor heart.
You tripped over your own shoelace there. And you know what?
Yeah.
It was expecting that, again, Mostafles was going to block and not do the DP, but he did, and then it was a different scenario. Okay.
And sometimes when you kind of have decided for your option, you just kind of do it even though you see it and it's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. And it really worked out in Mostafles' favor. And we're seeing a slowdown for like the first time in a very long time.
She's been getting hit by that all the time.
Target
the
combo.
situational awareness on the stand fist target combo into V-trigger. She's been hit by that every time.
The instant tech is working, gets the
that
counter hit
mean?
again. This is huge.
Not dead. Not dead. She's going to do the combo to CA, but he's not
Yo,
dead.
that's clean though.
Yeah.
You don't see that
Oh, yeah.
often enough because that was
Excuse me,
saucy.
Do you want to know who taught her that combo?
Oh, tell.
It was me.
Wasn't Jammerz at least.
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
Oh, the bird damage. Anything will take it
Sauce
right now.
Lord.
Jab. Had to spend the last trigger gauge.
Oh, that might be. No, not quite. The V-trigger 2's gone.
It's huge though.
Oh, hold that thought.
Nah, too
Do
sick.
you know what? That was the best.
All or
crouch.
nothing.
I
That was
like it.
all or nothing.
No, I did
Bet
that
on
too.
red, bet on black.
I did that
Either
too.
way, if you win, You win.
Listen, you read the patch notes and they
You
go...
do that too,
No,
I
no,
know,
no,
but
no,
you're still
no.
betting.
Hold on. Let me finish, right? Let me tell you the thought process that you don't play
Let
the
me hear it.
character.
Let
right?
me hear it,
You were
Jammerz.
like, look, it hits low, it's scrambly, my finger slipped. Clutch fist.
Ah, yeah. I
My
can
finger
understand that. I can understand that. Okay. Now I get it. Okay.
Oops, I just dropped these very, very good crouch sears.
Oh, I was just gonna view reversal while sitting down.
How silly of me.
Oh,
rate in.
nice.
Oh, man.
Out of range for a throw there, though. This is huge. What a nice jump out. Doesn't really matter that she gets thrown.
Oh, wait,
it was
wait,
not a back
hold on.
throw.
This is turned into a tournament set. It's first to 2.
Dash.
It definitely is, but it's a tournament set with all the knowledge of 16 games. Who was sandbagging in casuals?
No
What a
way.
big hit.
He's going to teleport, watch out. Oh, he didn't. She
The
didn't
Prophet
believe,
is
she didn't
gone.
believe, she didn't
It's
believe.
Sunday.
The Prophet mojo
no.
is gone, Jammerz.
No,
it's
do
gone.
you know what? She didn't believe that he was going to get hit by the by the Molotov. I would have let it go.
But it's fine. He's only made 2 bad profiteers. Profiteers, I almost said.
Oh, no, just
And he did say 2
listen.
out of 7 days. So this might be those 2 days.
I
Oh,
trust
that's
you.
very true. A
People
broken clock is right twice a day.
Listen, people think I don't get a lot of things wrong in this game. I do.
Nah, I'm just joking with you, Jammerz.
Wait, what?
That we have that. That's the second time this set that's happened. That thing with the change position. That's crazy. What an activation! But dashes
that
into
back.
the fireball. Was too far away. This is big. Nice patience and finds the interruption.
Should've
Close to
sideswiped.
super. One more hit, maybe. Depends on how big it is.
That's gonna kill most
Yeah.
likely. There you go.
Mesatsu.
And the combo...
You can't be sure about, will it kill these days. You just can't be sure.
The thing is, the combo wasn't even finished anyway. He can still do the top two into the air fireball, V-trigger
Yeah.
stuff. I think
Or the normal tap
whole, I think the whole game would have changed if Glitter did the cartwheel follow-up for the side swap, put Akuma back in the corner, because again, me and Veggey talk about this like all the time. Your decision-making swaps when you're trapped in the corner to being the one who put the guy in the corner. It just instantly changed what you have to do. So, all right, it's 9-8 right now. I couldn't have
9-8.
predicted this at the start of the day.
This is fantastic. What a way to start the week.
Oh, what a long.
Oh no! And the throw bait.
He's so huge, but misses. Drops the Shakunitsu. But he
Doesn't
finds
matter.
another one.
Flinching.
It's fine.
Caught you
The
flinching.
damage. Look at this damage.
Do you know what he's gonna do?
That's ridiculous.
He might throw again, but that's unsafe. That's got
I
to be
think
unsafe.
he's probably betting on her blocking the cross up, but she's just too ready.
We'll have
For
to
the
ask
setup.
about that.
Yeah. Write it down.
There's something
let's go.
special.
That's
Yeah,
two
yeah, write
piercers.
it down. I
Couple
have it
of
in
more
my
piercers
palm.
and they're stunned. Let's go. Oh,
Wow.
finds another one.
She might come back.
No, what an anti-air into the throw.
So clean.
Anything.
Oh,
Yeah,
the comeback. Yo,
That was greed. That was greed. He wanted to hold on to the trigger.
yeah, he did in that situation. I don't know why. He could have V-reversed and played from
Yeah,
neutral,
for
but
sure,
he didn't
for
want
sure.
poison
And
with
that reversal would have been like any hit would kill anyway. So that's something to think about. Something to
Nah,
think
do
about
you know
after
what?
the set is done. If this round also goes to Glitter, we're at the final game in a first-to-one team tournament situation.
Watch out
What
for
a
the
nice
reversal.
conversion.
Oh,
no, he challenged. Let's go again. This is definitely enough because this is poison, baby.
Yo, he done a wake up
Poison
button.
running through my veins.
Do you know what? He felt in so much danger. He felt the need to either do reversal or the jab. He picked the jab, got counter hit combo. We're going to 9 or 1 more
You know,
game.
Fantastic, fantastic.
You know, this set, I feel like this set could have gone 2 ways. Extremely slow because of Poison's control.
Yeah, yeah.
Or
yeah.
extremely fast because of Poison's control.
But the thing
Either
is-
way, you're right.
Let me tell you something, right? When I said Glitter, who do you want to fight? She recommended Mr. Mostafles because they have good games. She wasn't lying.
definitely
She
do.
wasn't lying.
Oh,
What a perfect matching.
No punish. Yeah, this is so huge, and Mostafles is now on the backside of this one
Oi!
fight. Crush, this is
You got to spend the
huge.
bar.
Look
You
at
got to
the
spend the bar. You want to kill him. You got to
confirmed
spend the bar.
She's been chasing the lead the entire set, and she's in it right now, one round away from closing it. Mostafles, what are you gonna do? This is so tight right now.
He is forced to the ropes right now.
Do you know what? He's going to go forward. Nah,
Nice
he's going to go
anti-air.
forward.
What can it be now? Oh, is Glitter's decision making going to change now? That was such a good reaction.
The only way is forward for Mostafles.
He can't do anything else. He needs to go to the final round.
He definitely has to.
Jumping was good.
The fireball
big
loaded.
punish.
There you go. Gonna get the corner carry from the HK.
That's one throw. That's another. and finds the crush, but no follow-up. It doesn't matter.
Make that
Finds the
three,
third
Veggey.
throw.
All right.
Make that 3.
All right, anyone want to
gosh.
make any bets? Anyone? No one? No one? No, okay, we're not going to
No.
Right, first jump
No
in
bets.
wins. First jump in wins. I'm calling it. First jump in wins.
Do you think they'll slow down now at the last round?
No way. No way.
No, they won't. Let's go. Oh, let's go. This is so huge. Finds the crush again. This is so big.
Low again.
And it's finally working out.
No way.
One
There's gotta be
more.
some
He finds the back throw.
My man did wake up back for him. You're mad.
Oh, he's gonna punish that so good. Mostafles with the nerves. He's gonna get a throw.
Oh, no.
Did you give it away?
Right, it's guess for game. It's guess for game. It actually is legit. Oh, no,
I
it's
need-
done.
He might son.
Oh, she finds the back throw.
Oh, is that gonna hit? No way.
What a block. Back throw works out. Oh my, 2-10s. This is the most insane, in a good way, set we've had on set. So fast paced. I'm actually truly excited by this set. That was so good. She was, and the storyline, she was chasing the lead until the last game where she finally took it. And that's the game for the set. Wow,
You know
what
what?
an amazing show.
Fantastic
Whoa.
stuff. I want to see it. Stop laughing in the chat. I want to see GG's. I'm laughing. I'm laughing for one reason, right? Because both of you are hella mad. They went for a wake up immediate throw in so many situations. You know, that's why I love players in this game, right? Stick with your gut. Even if it doesn't work out, stick with your goddamn gut. And that's what they did, right? And it worked out in so many occasions. Not even a throw bait, and not even a shimmy. I think we saw delays, but the instant throw. And it is a wake-up option for Poison, by the way. I will talk about instant wake-up throw Poison after the break. But
This, sorry, but this should be, this will go down in Street Fighter V history as one of the greatest sets of the
This was
entire
fantastic.
era.
was fantastic.
This was, just look at the chat. It's never been this lit before.
What a
you know
way
what?
to come back from the break.
What a set.
Listen, it was explosive. It was sumptuous. I need a drink. I'm going to take a 5-minute break. And when we come back, we're going to have Mr. Mostafles and Glitter on the other side. We're going to talk about what transpired in that nail-biting set. See you in 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, you know I'm ready. Trying to read each other here? At this range, many attacks can connect if you stick something out. The neutral game is very important. Hit them with a stopping bomb. More fuel for the fire. Cook them up. Breaking on them to lay down some damage without giving up ground. Drops them. Perfect parry. They got a feast on this chance. What now? Can it be this time to bust this out? Perfect damage calculation. No doubt about it. They are done.
いってみましょう。地上技で差し合う距離、リーチの差を生かすか、それを手玉に取るか。よく見ていた。さあ飛びはしっかりジャストで受け止めていく。体力はわずか、ゲージ差はある。ここはどう出る。インパクトは受け止めた。主導権の奪い合い、どちらが仕掛けるか。受け止めている。
Nothing stops this train. Ooh, the ground impact hits for a punish. Player 1 can't win this without pulling the trigger. Noticeable life lead.
受け止めながらここは出し惜しみはなし。出血大サービスだ。ダメージ計算、ゲージ管理バッチリ。
If I go too far, please forgive me.
My name is Seth. Bow down before my sight.
It's time for trial.
Show me everything. Download.
したよ。
See what I'm really made of. I'll settle this. It's the end! Let's go! The finale! You can't escape!
PlayStation
All right, everybody, and welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets featuring Glitter and Mr. Mostafles. If you are just joining us, I'm sorry, but like, I legit hate to be the bearer of bad news. I don't, but I hate to be it today because you actually missed an explosive nail-biting set between our two combatants today. If you haven't seen it, unfortunately, you're going to have to rewind Twitch archives or wait for them to load or upload to the YouTube channel. This is a set you actually don't want to miss because it was pretty wild. It got me jumping out my seat, got the guys jumping out their seat as well. But we've got the people back in the Discord call. So, Glitter, Mostafles, can you guys hear me loud and clear once again?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Perfect. So, Glitter, we got to congratulate you first. Congratulations on making that comeback. Now, you have told
Jammerz,
me...
can I just say to them that this was one of the greatest sets we've had on... I think this is the greatest set we've had on sets, and I think it's one of the best sets in the SF5 era that's been, like, broadcasted.
That's very kind.
I'm honored.
I think because we learned a lot, and there were a lot of exchanges that happened that, boy, it makes me glad to be a commentator sometimes because I wouldn't be able to keep my head together in an actual game doing that. So kudos to you guys for having that mental resilience. But yes, Glitter, congratulations on winning that. Now, you have told me Akuma is your favorite matchup.
Akuma is my favorite matchup, yes.
Why is Akuma your favorite matchup?
I just feel like Poison does really well at keeping him out. And honestly, like, you can take advantage of a lot of Akuma's options, like dive kick and stuff.
Okay, that's interesting. Now, you had to slug it out a fair bit to get back in this set. Did you ever feel like uncomfortable saying, I have to make this comeback? Because the damage is on your side because Akuma's got 900 health.
It was a round game. I think when I was at like 7 wins and he was at 8 that it kind of clicked what I had to do. I noticed he was jumping a lot, and like I just had to focus on the air and then check his forward movement after he got anti-aired a few times. So.
Okay, fair. And also, there was another situation that caught you out a fair bit as well, the demon flips. You kept going to crouching medium punch anti-air. Was that just on impulse?
That was completely impulse. Every time I did it, I was just like, oh, that's supposed to be cartwheel, that's supposed to be cartwheel. Because you can totally cartwheel under that and get a full punish, but I just kept doing it out of habit, so.
Okay, fair. Now, Mostafles, I've got to ask you, from your perspective, using the V system you use, how does the poison matchup feel to you? Is it still diabolical, or...?
So Poison definitely still wins it, but I think particularly with the adjustment that they made to V-Skill 2 this most recent season, no longer does it just, cause a hit, allow you to charge up key or throw out a fireball. You get an install. And frankly, I think it's really cheap. I'm shocked that they did it. Suddenly, even if you get interrupted out of it, you get one of the best fireballs in the game. So I do think it helps in the way of, like, you saw throughout the set, there were a lot of times where she would try and use, maybe stand fierce or crouch fierce from a range, and even if it trades, because of how that enhanced fireball adjusts her juggle properties and the time that she spends in the air and the way that she gets knocked back, I get the advantage. I'm building more V-Gauge because I got hit with the fireball, and I get the positional advantage. So I do think it helps, though Poison still wins.
Okay, interesting. Also, you went for these obscure dive kick setups that didn't work. At least the height that we saw it connecting, it didn't work. Was that tailored towards a back recovery, or was that an ambiguous setup in the corner regarding?
Are you talking about the one in the corner where she woke up jab afterwards?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is my fault. It's pretty hard to time. With that specific setup, if you let them get lower to the ground when the red fireball hits them, you use the stand jab to frame kill, and then whether they quick rise or back rise, you're plus enough to counter hit whatever they throw out afterwards. And it's just like a manual timing thing, and I just goofed.
Okay, fair, because we saw you did like 3 or 4 times. I'm like, that is definitely not safe, because you were hitting poison on her ponytail, and it's like, nah, that's too high.
Yeah.
that's a bit too high. But there's another thing you did as well. I think Olvaha spotted it. When you were in V-Trigger 2, any cancel you did into the light Tatsu, that Oki situation looks extremely good. Is he allowed to get... does he get throw Oki? Is he allowed to dash up and throw? Or does he get something less powerful than that?
Oh no, he's plus enough that you get throw Oki, you get crouch medium punch, sometimes even crouch heavy punch. Yeah, it's very, very strong. So yeah, that's like another interesting change that they made this season, right? With V-Trigger 2, you get the option to cancel into the normal versions of specials, not just the EX versions. Okay. And so when that change first happened, I was wondering, I was like, how is this going to be beneficial? What outside of like making combos maybe look cooler, what is going to be the benefit of this? And then I was thinking about it and messing around on my stream and realized, oh, suddenly if I have V-Trigger active and I use EXDP as a wake up, or if I use it in a combo to get extra damage, I can do the light kick Tatsu afterwards and get Oki. And that's huge.
Okay.
Now, I wanted to ask you, Mostafles, do you think when they buffed and changed the trigger 2, would you say that the normal Tatsu area the best go-to special out of the normal ones to kind of go for consistently? Do you think that's like the best change regarding the V-Trigger?
No, so I actually think the best change comes in the form of a change that they made to the red fireball. So before, when utilizing V-Trigger 2 or V-Skill 2, something I did a lot in this set was do like V-Skill cancel into red fireball and then juggle that fireball into the heavy punch red fireball. So before, you would only get 2 hits of the heavy punch red fireball. And you could still juggle afterwards with EXDP, or you could cancel that into super. But you now get all 3 hits of the red fireball, which means you get more damage and stun, and then you get to juggle afterwards. And then that also carries over into, if you cancel like regular fireball into the V-Trigger version of EX red fireball, you get all the hits of that as well, which allow for better follow-ups, better damage, etc. I actually think that's the best change.
Oh,
okay.
I see.
Nah, do you know what? That was really interesting. Now, I've got a question for the both of you. I want to get Glitter's perspective on this first. you landed a substantial amount of jumps. Now, I need to know, because maybe I missed something nowadays playing this game. How do you guys recover from getting jumped in on? Because remember, your opponent lands a substantial amount of damage, and you get put in the corner. But both of you managed to make a comeback from that. Glitter, how did you recover mentally from getting hit by so many jumpers?
Well, when I'm actually getting comboed, I generally take that time to like check resources and everything and like see what I think he's gonna do afterwards. Like I already know, like once you get hit, it's like time to accept that and then move on and just get ready for whatever they're gonna do next. So.
Okay, fair. I love it. That was short and sweet. It's just like, all right, get on with it. I got hit, but let's move on to the next sequence. But Mostafles, what about you? How do you?
Yeah, just finish your combo. Let's go.
Yeah, well, I mean, Akuma's got like 75 points of HP lower than Poison. When you get jumped in on, like you just can't play the game anymore. But you still made comebacks. Mentally, how was it for you coming back?
So I will absolutely be honest. One of my shortcomings as a player is tilting. I have a hard time keeping my emotions in check. And so, you know, again, I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir here, but we all fall prey to this idea. It's like, if we have, you know, anti-aired our opponent 75 times and that 76th time we throw a fireball and they jump, it's like, what are you doing? Why? I've punished you for this so many times. Why would you do that? And I can have a hard time coming back from that. But I do, like, I think about, specifically in this matchup, right? You know, it's like, if I get jumped in on, it's okay. Like, Poison doesn't have the best defensive options, like, when I'm in. Obviously, trying to get in, it's tough. And she still has okay options, but, like, I've got so many opportunities to mix, you know, it's hard for her to guess right every single time. And so all I need is that one opportunity. You know, I might be able to shimmy, might be able to get a crush counter or whatever. And so I think about the potential offensive reward that can come from it if I don't let this ruin my game plan.
Okay, interesting. Because I think I noticed throughout, at least watching from your perspective, or at least watching Akuma play, you caught Glitter out with tons of demon flips. The target combo pretty much worked 98% of the time. I don't think Glitter paid attention to when you had V-trigger because it always worked. I think he tried to interrupt the gap because you can, but it's very tight to do so. You also caught her out with a lot of shimmies in the corner. That was interesting because you did throw, dash up, throw. Were you just capitalizing on the fact that she was just like tense in the first couple games, early games?
Yeah, I was paying attention to her defensive habits, and absolutely to her credit, later on in the set she started tightening up a bit more. And even if it wasn't 100% guessing correctly, she tightened up in moments when it mattered most. But again, like I talked about before the broadcast, you know, Akuma really benefits from having his opponent in the corner. I think more than most. That's one of his strongest suits. And with this kind of setup, I get so many opportunities where, you know, even off of a forward throw, like, you know, you do have to guess, like, am I gonna do dash up and then you try and check it, or, you know, maybe you try and preemptively check and I press stand fierce. With V-Skill 1, that's not as big of a deal. With V-Skill 2, I get a whole combo, and if I crush counter you, I get even more damage. So there are a lot of these options that make it really scary to just sit there and hold down back. So yeah, you get more antsy, and you know you don't want to hold that and take that throw over and over again. So that was part of it, sure.
Okay. Now, before I hand it over to Veggey, I have to say you probably are one of the best Poison players I've seen. Only, all right, I'm going to tell you why. Because there was a situation where I think you both were muted deaf, so I hope you didn't hear it. You activated V-trigger and you went for Oki, and I said, please don't V-shift Mostafles, and he V-shifted and you caught him. And I said, you're the greatest player. And then I think you did a CA, and I basically explained what Akuma could do from that situation. You threw the Molotov upwards because I said,
Mostafles I had a feeling he was going to demon flip. So
yeah, he might,
like,
because the distance, right? Like, you know what? I tell people this all the time, right? And I hope you see this as well, because the distance created from Poison's CA, it's kind of like, is jumpable. So you just want to jump back in. So I like the fact that you covered the air with the Molotov. I thought you were going to do the heavy heart rate, but use the Molotov. You're one step ahead of me in that situation. But, I mean, is it easier to fight for you? Is it easier to fight Akuma further away, or do you just like slugging it out with him up close?
I like further away because then you just can get a lot more punishes. Like if they do air fireball, you can cartwheel under and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
But he did a really good job at like keeping momentum and staying on top of me. So I was really impressed because normally Akuma's struggled to like keep the momentum in this matchup. So
Speaking of momentum, do you know what? But before I hand it over to Veggey, because this was interesting, right? The very last round, I think you two just threw your brains out the window. And just, you went all scraps. You went left, right, uppercut. That was brilliant because
yeah.
Who got? Someone got the Oki, then someone back threw, then the other one threw them, and it's like, damn, you lot are crazy.
Yeah.
It would definitely change up, especially at the end of that last round where...
The thing is, what we loved, especially what I loved about that scenario is I think you guys just forgot about everything and you stuck with your gut, which a lot of people don't do that a lot these days. Obviously, we talk about risk reward and, you know, we just try to calculate certain things, but watching that from afar, I'm like, yo, you did a back throw there and it worked. And then even the last situation, I think Glitter back through you or forward through you for the game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, even I thought that was a bit crazy, but that's just me. But in that last round, those tense moments, Glitter, can you tell what you're feeling if you can remember?
Just super nervous. Like, I've struggled with playing under pressure for a long time, so I'm trying to actively like put myself in more situations like tournaments and stuff where I can hopefully get better at playing under pressure. So this was definitely a good opportunity for me.
Yeah, okay. Listen, I think that proved like really well for the both of you. I mean, Mostafles, what about you? Those last couple of seconds, they must have been tense. Did your heart fall out your mouth?
Oh man, it was. I do have to say, you know, before we got back into it, I think Mark or Rich, excuse me, Rich was kind of wondering where we were. I was trying to recollect myself because I was pretty pretty defeated after how it turned out. It's like she played so well, and I think I would have maybe been less emotional and maybe distraught had she won like 10-6 or something like that. But it came literally down to like the last exchange, and it was admittedly very heartbreaking. But I was very tense, and you know, the situation that I put myself in right at the end, you know, she had built up a little bit of space. I was on the verge of stunning her. Right, it would have been for the game. And I tried to go for meaty overhead, and she back threw me. And then like built a little bit of space, and then I still had V trigger, so I went for EX fireball into Demon Flip to close the distance, either catch her and hit her for damage, or close the distance and be in her face. I was gonna go into Demon Flip Palm, and I just in my head I was like, okay, surely she's just gonna be defensive here. And so like I tried to do medium punch. I should have done stand jab. And so she threw me out of that because she mashed back throw. And it's like, honestly, good on her. It was the right decision. But it was just, it was such a nerve-wracking thing. And it was very much a slugfest. You guys called it right. It was both of us just really flying by the seat of our pants and going for, you know, those big emotional reads. And they paid off for the most part. It was real tight-knit down to the wire, but she took it.
Well played, honestly. Veggey, you got anything you want to add on or ask these guys?
Yeah, but before we move on from like questions from the set, if you have any more questions from the set, because mine will kind of like steer it away from the set.
No, honestly, the only
Olvaha or you have anything on the set you can shoot, or I'll just go through something I had for more planned for the pre-show. But you know, pre-show is not that long, so sometimes we just have to ask afterwards.
Nothing really comes to my mind.
Okay, fair.
From the set, I think we had some.
I've only got one other question for Glitter with poison, but that could wait till after you ask your thing, Veggey.
Yeah, so Mostafles, you do commentary and you play at a high level. If you could choose, like, to have a income as either a player or a commentator, and I mean like your main income, which would you choose and why? You could only choose one of them.
Join me.
I actually think I would choose commentary over competition. I will never stop competing as long as I'm able to. You know, it's interestingly enough, like specifically with Jammerz here and with another person from my state, Rob TV. I draw a lot of inspiration from you guys in that, like, I think Rob has a little more focus on being a competitor than maybe Jammerz does these days, but both of you still actively compete and do like hosting and stuff like that. And I draw a lot of inspiration, you know, because a lot of people have this idea you have to pick one or the other, you can't do both. And I think that's garbage. I don't think that's true. I think if you dedicate yourself enough to the craft, whatever it is you care about, you can figure out a way to make them both work. So with that being said, I would choose being a commentator as, you know, more of, again, I guess we're going by the metric of like stable income, right? Because I really like, one of the things I love most about commentary is having the opportunity to help the matches be more enjoyable and more like digestible for an audience. That's something like, because so many people, you know, you hear about it time and time again. So many people think playing fighting games and winning is just mashing buttons and, you know, doing this stuff that like, you know, it's just strict reactions, or it's just memorizing these hard combos. But it's so much more than that. And if I can help other people appreciate the same way I do and the way I have for the past 15 years, that's a win in my book. So I think that's what if I had to choose, that's where I would want my source of income to come from.
Yeah. Do you know what? I like that because again, listen, we all commentators watch each other. Never forget that. We watch everyone on the come up. We watch everyone that's big. We watch everyone around our level. You shouldn't ignore or forget about anyone because you can actually learn something from everybody. But yeah, no, I like that Mr. Mostafles takes this like super seriously because it's something that should be taken a little bit more seriously. Because probably a couple of years ago, you probably wouldn't have to because it was like, oh, an event's on, I can sit on the couch and talk about the game a little bit because it's evolved in something so big and something very serious. The fact that he's even given us a snippet of his inspiration and how he looks at certain things, it just shows you he's definitely on the right track to being super successful in this. So I do hope to see you doing this more.
Thank you.
Especially offline, because I know you've been doing a lot of online stuff, but I think the only thing you're missing right now is just a couple of offline things under your belt. So
yeah, for sure.
Here's hoping that comes in for you for the future. Right. So let me ask Glitter this question about Poison. Since you do play Poison an extensive amount of time, is there anything you do with Poison that other Poison players don't do that you feel they should be doing more?
I think I get a lot of value, not so much in this matchup because he had a tendency to move forward a lot, but if someone sits still, you can get a lot of value off of space trapping with light flip kick. So
okay,
I do that a lot, and like it's a lot of people because it's a -4 situation, but you can put yourself in a situation where a lot of the cast can't punish you, and you get a lot of damage off of that.
Okay, I might look into it because I've always been against doing that unless I'm right in your face, because obviously for the throw bait. But yeah, if you're using it as a spacing trap, which there's a lot of spacing traps in this game, then it's definitely something you want to abuse. I think Fudo used it a fair bit before he stopped, but again, to each their own. But I'll probably look into it a little bit later as well. But no, that's interesting. Right, so we haven't actually asked you guys about this, but firstly, are either of you two going to EVO this year? Because I think you both went Combo Breaker. Is that right? You both went Combo Breaker?
Yep.
Yep, I went to Combo Breaker.
Are you guys planning to travel to EVO this year? Or are you sitting this one out?
Unfortunately, I will be sitting out. I've had a lot of like personal stuff require money this year, and so the wallet's a little tight. And with everything opening back up, the flight, and I guess just the general rate of inflation, flight prices right now are just insane. I know I don't have to tell you guys that. And, so it's unfortunately something I will be sitting out, but there are a couple offline events I'm planning on making it to this year.
Okay, interesting. Glitter, what about you? You plan to go EVO this year? You sit this one out?
I'll be sitting this one out. I also have a issue with funds for traveling that far, but I will be going to East Coast Throwdown since it's in my state. So.
Okay. Well, again, I like to ask because it is big, and I know a lot of people want to go. I still want to go. I
want to go next year.
Okay. Well,
hopefully when things
there's
are
always
more affordable.
Yeah, listen, I understand if people can't go because of financial reasons, because it's like you look at a flight. I was looking at a flight earlier today. I think it was business class, like $3,000 or something like that.
Oh my god.
It was something, it's something atrocious, mate. It's like, to press 2 buttons? Like, I'm cool. I'm not paying $3,000 to fight a Luke player. No. I'm not doing that. But the other thing,
and you know what the Luke player said to me? Poison, he said, I'm not paying $3,000 to go and play a Poison player.
No, I would, because there's not many of them.
I don't want to pay 3,000 plus for getting EX heart rated.
Listen, I bet you, Veggey, any money, right? Whoever wins EVO this year has to fight a minimum of 4 Luke players. Minimum of 4. And you won't even bump into a Poison. How much would you bet?
What if the winner is a Poison? Does it still count? Not bumping into a Poison?
no, we might have to alter that a little bit, but hey, we'll see. We'll get onto that. Anyway, right. I got to ask you guys this question before I hit you with my last two questions. Obviously, there's been a lot of content for SF6 release, so we can watch gameplay footage and hear people's opinions. But Mostafles, what is your opinion on Street Fighter 6? How's it looking so far? The characters and the mechanics.
So I like Street Fighter is the game that I play. I was going to pick up and take Street Fighter 6 seriously regardless of what the initial impressions were. Whether it looked worse, better, etc. I was going to pick it up and give it a shot. And so I will say that like the initial impression that we got with the teaser trailer was kind of so-so. And now I guess that's probably what you'd expect from a teaser trailer. I guess sometimes it might show you more, it might show you less, whatever. But the initial teaser trailer wasn't something that really wowed me. But when we got the like gameplay reveal and the trailer that showed off like Jamie, showed off Chun, I was honestly blown away. One thing that I was like concerned about was from the initial teaser trailer, most everybody could guess that it was likely going to be using RE engine. And that what that engine does exceptionally well is like very realistic, like photogenic looking character models. And that translating over to Street Fighter can seem kind of weird at face value. So I was worried, that maybe there wouldn't be that same sense of stylization that we come to love from Street Fighter. If all the games look different, they still have that Street Fighter flair. And so I was maybe concerned that wouldn't be quite as present in this game, but that is not the case at all. Every single character that they've shown off so far looks just so cool, absolutely cool. Even Chun, even Chun-Li looks cool. Even Guile looks cool. Guile looks cool for the first time since Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Wait, so Chun-Li normally doesn't look cool to you?
Well, no, it's kind of like
even Chun-Li, man.
Got him.
That boring character.
It's like the Street Fighter 2 past has been reiterated so many times that it can feel a little stale sometimes. Okay. But they're nailing it. They're absolutely hitting it out of the park right now. And the drive system I think looks really interesting. And I like the idea of like a universal mechanic that is kind of tied to everything. It reminds me of the grid system from Uni, from Under Night.
Hey, okay.
I think there's a pretty similar approach here, and I think that's cool. I am a little worried about drive impact. I think it's a little too strong right now, but we'll see.
Well, here's hoping like we get some sort of beta in like the future months or something, because I do want to dabble. I do want us to dabble with the game before it comes out. I don't want us to just get the game and it's like, right, do you know what? I need to watch more footage on the game, because Drive Impact reading it, I'm like, oh, this might be early SF4 days again.
But is Drive Impact the
focus attack?
I forget.
It's basically the focus attack.
Yeah, but just want to add something to that. Someone told me that they had counted the frames or something, and it's 27 frames, and you can like counter it with the parry. And if that is true, it's kind of like a reactional counter option to it. You're forced to commit to the drive.
Yeah, well, at least from what I've seen, everyone's just done it. Like, I don't see anyone just do it.
I feel like that's something that might end up being like, in Season 1 Street Fighter 5, Birdie's Light Revenger. Everyone just got hit by that like over and over. And then suddenly people just started jabbing it. Some people started jumping it because it's less optimal.
Well, I mean,
I still get it.
It gets everyone.
Wow.
But no, Glitter, what about you? What are your early impressions on Street Fighter 6? How's it looking so far? Are you not really focusing on it?
I think it looks great, honestly. I really like how it combines like aspects from both 5 and 4. Like with V reversals and focus attacks, and I think it looks really interesting. I mean, the lack of a stun, except when you're like exhausted or whatever, that's going to change the game a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just really excited. It looks like really, really fun.
If you could get this version of Poison in Street Fighter 6, would you still play it?
Oh, of course. That'd be a dream come true.
You won't get it, Jammerz.
At this point, I'll settle for any version of Poison, but that would be perfect.
Yeah, I'm with you. What would you say, Veggey?
I said you're not gonna get.
I know I'm not gonna get it. I'm talking to a fellow Poison specialist. Do you mind? Like, butt out the conversation. Like,
I'm just trying to help you, like, go from 5 to 6 more easily.
Don't worry, man.
I have a question.
I'm carried by my character. I need all the help I can get. Look.
Who said that?
A lot of people. Don't worry.
I have a question.
They're wrong.
Go for it, Olvaha.
They are wrong.
So normally I like to ask who would you like to see in Street Fighter 6? But this time I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna say, name me one character you don't want to see in Street Fighter 6, and we can start with Mostafles.
It doesn't matter which Street Fighter game it is. I never ever want to see Blanca come back again. That character is so obnoxious, and that character, like, I genuinely think that when they were thinking of how that character would play and what their playstyle would be like, they were like, okay, what would be the most annoying thing that we could do, and how would it be the most antithetical to Street Fighter and the fundamentals?
100%. Sorry to cut you off there, but I legit think whoever came up with Blanca as a concept was an annoying person. He actually is probably annoying. He's probably
No, wait, but Blanca in 5 plays. I mean, he plays with buttons.
Look,
like
hold
if you
on.
compare like concept-wise comparing to Dalsim,
Hold on, hang on. Do you know what? Blanca players in 5 are funny. Do you know why? Because they don't enter any tournaments until the big bucks comes out. That's when they come out. Because listen, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen it on social media. Everyone's talking about Blanca underrated this, Blanca's bad that, and it's like, no, I guarantee you can go look at the archives, or you go look at every bracket for weeklies and then major events, and tell me the Blanca players don't gravitate towards the major events because they think no one's gonna know.
They smell it.
That's it. I'm telling you, okay. He doesn't want Blanca returning. Glitter, what about you? What character do you not want to come back? You said Honda players get carried.
Yeah, I do. I do think that. I think out of every character in Street Fighter, probably El Forte would be the one I'd want to not come back ever again.
El Forte!
I think I still have PTSD from the amount of times I had to play him in 4, and never again, please.
In some weird way, I love Forte. Maybe because he awakens some primal instincts for most players.
What primal instinct?
The fight or flight reaction.
Nah, if you play Fuerte, you probably brush your teeth with mayonnaise. That's what you probably do. That's what you probably do. But listen, to each their own. I don't know, never like that character, won't do it. And I think he's only going to stay in 4.
What if El Fuerte comes back and he's designed around buttons? He's a cool looking character.
Damn.
That would be so sick.
To be fair, they've done it with Guile. I don't like Guile, but they've done it with Guile in 6. So
I think Guile in 5 plays like the way Guile should be designed. It's really fun to fight in 5.
So
it's like,
good.
So I think it's doable. Like people didn't really like fighting him in 4, right? And in the start in 5, but now Guile is a really fun character to fight against, and he's still strong.
Not for me.
No, that's because he denies you your whip and your crouch fierce all the time.
I can trade with the Sonic Boom. I just don't like getting hit in the face by back fist. That's it. I don't like getting crush counted. I don't like him sitting on the floor doing nothing. I want to do that too. I want to do that too. Right, you know, I got to ask Glitter.
He wants to do it.
I want to ask Glitter one more question before I hit these guys with the universal surprise question. All right, Glitter, the changes that happened to Poison, did they affect you in any huge way at all, or are you still comfortable with how she plays?
I'm still pretty comfortable with how she plays. I went on like a binge playing V-Skill 1 for a while after it got buffed, and I really enjoyed it, but I just found out that there's just too many ways to deal with it, I guess, currently. The fact that it like completely dodges people that are crouching and stuff, that really killed it for me, so I just went back to Cartwheel. But overall, I'm still really happy with the character. I'm really comfortable with her.
Okay,
and,
fair play.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to use both V skills and V triggers. There's a couple of things, or there's actually a fair number of matches I use V skill 1 in now. But I know Idom probably strictly sticks with V skill 2, and I think you are the other one that only sticks with.
There's a few matchups where I like to pull it out. I think Nash is one of them for sure.
Oh, okay. I haven't tried it against Nash. I still stick with Cartwheel, but I might have to. Is there any particular reason why against Nash?
I've just had really good success with it, honestly. It just keeps me on top of them easier, and I just have trouble with runaway Nashes, so it makes it easier to close the gap and just keep pressure on them and stuff.
Okay, fair. Because I remember Idom did say that Nash was one of Poison's hardest matchups. I didn't see it before, but over time I started to see it, and I was like, okay. And you can't really have a conversation with Nash players about matchups because they run away from all of them. But
slippery ones.
They will ask you. You ask them about matchups, and they'll be like, "What? There are different matchups? There are different matchups? What? What do you mean? What is this matchup thing? I never heard about it."
But yeah, right. Now, I've got to... This is my surprise question. Don't worry, it's not super surprising, but obviously it's regarding Street Fighter 6. So if you guys did see, there was a commentator trailer where it showed Vicious and it showed Puppet Chihuahua. Now, a huge discussion erupted on social media as to who would be DLC commentators or the favorite DLC commentators. So, Mostafles, I've got to ask you this, and feel free to include yourself if you want to. If you could pick 2 commentators to be DLC in Street Fighter 6, who would they be?
You know, this is actually a tough question.
That's why I was surprised.
Yeah, this is actually because there are so many, like, especially now that Street Fighter V is at the end of its lifespan, there are so many commentators that between Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter V, I think have really cemented themselves as like pillars of that like talent echelon, right?
Yep.
I think one of them has to be Yipes. Has to be Yipes.
Okay.
I just think he really. You know, most people know him as just like the color commentator guy. Like, you know, he's so hype, he brings all this energy, he matches well with so many other people. But like, you know, a lot of people might overlook the fact that he's one of the best fighting game players of all time and incredibly deeply knowledgeable. So he can cover both gamuts. But I think he has to be one of them. And then this other one is tough. I think I have to go with. I think I have to go with Ultra David. I really think he, you know, I will say this personally, he's somebody who, like, as I was being brought up in the FGC and like really getting enveloped into this culture and this community, he was somebody that I took a lot of inspiration from for my own commentary. I draw a lot of it from him. I particularly really like the way that he goes about breaking things down, and I feel like better than a lot of other commentators, he does a great job of kind of approaching it in a very like easy, not casual isn't quite the right way to put it, but it's not as much like digestible and like not as much almost like clinical pressure that you aren't struggling to understand the concepts he's talking about. He does a really good job breaking it down that way.
Yeah. I see.
So yeah, I guess to make it a little bit shorter, my apologies, would be Yipes and Ultra David.
Okay, no, fair. No, I like the reasons behind it as well, because some people are like, yeah, I just like this guy, I want him in the game. Great. But then I think when you give a reason as to why you want these people in there, you might see something in them that other people might not necessarily see. So I like that you were able to break that down. Veggey, you wanted to say something real quick before I go to...
Yeah, I think people might forget sometimes, I don't know, but both James Chen and Ultra David kind of are on the US side of things are like one of the reasons I think of the positive growth.
Yes.
Like their early commentary was so outstanding compared to a lot of others, and I think that they kind of the wholeness or the
wholesomeness.
Wholesomeness from James Chen with the more clinical approach from Ultra David, and the way they matched and blended was really big for the enjoyment of the streams in the US at that time. And I think that was a big. I mean, the game might have grown either way. I'm not saying that that's why it grew alone, but it's like part of what made the community special when you watch US tournaments, right? So I think that they have a place in the history. Yeah, they're
staples, man.
Really important parts of the commentary history on the US side. And I just wanted to say my favorite Ultra David line is, "Did Mago think he has the life lead? He obviously didn't." That's my favorite. And then he continues, I think, I don't remember exactly, like, why did he think he had the life lead? Something like that. He obviously didn't have the life lead. It was so great because he obviously didn't have the life lead. He didn't. It was so good.
Okay, right. I don't want to leave Glitter out of this. Glitter, if you could pick 2 people as DLC commentators in Street Fighter 6, who would you pick?
Well, the first one would be easy and Jammerz. You are my favorite commentator.
There it is. We got the W.
One of us.
We got the W, baby.
And, probably the other one would probably be like Sajam, I think. I like Sajam's commentary a lot, so it'd probably be one of those 2.
Cool. I'll just split out all the move names. I'll say, why did you do that? I'll be like, I'll be doing all sorts. But no, honestly, if the opportunity arises and I get to be put in a game as DLC commentary, well, first of all, you'll know about it because I'll be in there. But then I'll just be going around to family members. I'll just randomly call them and say, hey. They'll be like, what? I'm in a game and you're not. That's it.
And Jammerz, but Jammerz, how would they solve the profit part of your commentary?
They couldn't do that. No, they couldn't do that.
Or would they make an AI that would predict
No.
the opponent's
But then they
behavior
would
and
have
actions and then guess?
They would have to give me 70% of the royalties from that. I would have to get a lot.
Oh,
of money.
don't go too high now, because they might be considering it, Jammerz.
They'll be like, oh great,
Maybe
that just
0%
really
of your
sucks. But nah, honestly, it would be cool to be in the game. But I'm happy for Vicious and Papa 2 out right now. We'll see how it goes. But obviously, I'd like to hear everyone's opinions because it's a talking point that we need to talk about as well. Now,
For sure.
I actually got an impromptu question from the staff in the back for both Mostafles and Glitter. This is not from me. This is someone else. They said, "Do you want a run back?"
Oh my god, yes. That's literally all I've been thinking about. That's all I've been thinking about for the last 25, 30 minutes. Yes, I want to run back so bad.
I would be down.
Go.
I'll definitely be down.
Yeah, what, Glitter? You ready to beat him again?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow, okay. No,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like it. Glitter said 100 players are carried. Don't bring back El Fuerte, and I'll bust Mostafles' ass again. Nah, you know what? Okay, I'm going to make a note of it, and you'll probably have to wait just a little while because we've got a couple of things.
Of course.
Coming up, but we're gonna note it down and we're gonna bring it back because obviously this was a nail biting set. I think the people in the chat want it. Mostafles definitely want it because he's probably he's probably ruminating like, God damn it! He said if I backed through her before this situation, she would have been dead. It would have been me. It would have been congratulated. No way. I've been through that situation as well, but. Don't worry, Glitter, you gotta hold that. Every time you log on to Street Fighter and stream, I want you to message Mostafles and say, hey, you lost. I'd do that.
No.
No,
Leave me alone.
no.
Don't bully me.
He played great. I was impressed.
But not great enough.
Don't worry. Maybe, but you know, maybe it's a European thing, because I would literally just tap Veggey in the show and say, hey, you lost.
No, you beat me on sets and you've never tapped me on the shoulders and said I lost.
No, I just tell you to play a
Not
better character.
once. You're lying. You're literally lying right now, Jammerz. You're so cool about
Hey,
it.
you want me to say that? Because you don't want to hear what I got to say about you.
About me.
I'm kidding, don't worry. Anyway, right.
Say it. I'm ready. Now,
Damn,
never.
the receipts.
Oh, no, don't worry, we can go there. But anyway, this is a show. We've got to make sure we keep it professional. Right.
Oh, we were friends.
Well, maybe. You thought. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, right. We have to close out the show because we are just about running out of time. We're going to issue this run back soon because I think there's multiple run backs we've got to make happen this year. But, Richard, can you put on their fight card so we can get these guys' socials and get people following them? Because these people, they do stream.
For sure.
They are on Twitter. Make sure you are following them on the respective social media platforms. And people, this is where we give you the final word to say what you want to say before we let you go. So, Glitter, any final words before we let you guys go?
I just want to say thank you for letting me come on and show what I can do. I had a blast and definitely look forward to doing it again someday.
Sweet. Also, you might want to.
And good games to Mostafles. You played great.
Can you say buff poison? They're not gonna listen to me if I say. Can you say buff poison?
Oh my god.
Definitely buff poison.
Yes. All right,
She's
cool. Because we.
Mostafles, can you say
tired
the
of playing a low tier hero.
Yes, thank you. Because nobody
I
listens.
can't believe her.
Nobody listens to me when I say it, so we cater to the guests. So I think the guests deserve to say it. So thank you very much. I think we can. I'll get an email drafted tomorrow morning, and I'll send it off, and we're gonna get some more buffs. I want my crouch fierce back. Anyway,
But Jammerz, you need to give Mostafles a reply to that. I need him to help me out.
I mean, you don't even let me cut to the point. But Mostafles, now the floor is yours. The podium is yours. What do you want to say?
Well, first and foremost, I gotta help out my homie Veggey here. Nerf point into the ground. Wow. No. Thank you guys so much. It was a real honor to be on here. I've been such a huge fan of this idea of sets and having the opportunity on the Capcom Fighters channel to showcase. So, it's not just the punks. It's not just the items. You get people that are up and coming, trying to prove themselves, trying to gain a little more traction, and you give them the biggest platform you can. And it really means the world to me. I know Glitter feels that same way. So thank you guys so much for bringing us on. Absolutely GG's. I will be honest, I am super salty, very heartbroken, but it was great matches. It couldn't have been better. It couldn't have been better. Despite my emotions, it could not have been better. We will get the run back. And yeah, just thank you guys for everybody who supports me in my chat, in my stream, everybody who watches my commentary. It really means a lot. If you guys could maybe bug Big Daddy Capcom be like, hey, that Mr. Mostafles guy maybe deserves a spot on CPT. I would appreciate it. I think the people would appreciate it too. So we'll see.
We'll see. You might have spoken into existence. It might happen. Who knows?
I
will
believe.
see. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that is about it for our guests. So yes, Mostafles, Glitter, when you guys are ready, you can leave the Discord call and enjoy the rest of your day because it is a day off for you guys in the States. I'm going to message you guys once again later as well. Thank you. And then we can laugh about our characters in the chat.
They're very
All right. Take care, both of you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Well, what a set indeed. It
What a set, man.
has been a little while.
Allow it.
My favorite,
man.
my favorite characters on screen, and you know, Glitter puts in mad hours of the streaming.
Akuma's your favorite character?
Yeah, of course. I love it. Back fist all the time. Woo! There you go. Yeah, do you know what? Both of them, they both put in a lot of work with their characters. They've got the knowledge down, and you know what? Those two are players I would be scared of in tournament because I think they're very good at handling scraps. Like slugging it out and dealing with it and like making the right decision or being able to like pick yourself up mentally from a very like difficult scenario. That's something a lot of players need to work on. And look, they both said this is something I've been working on, controlling my emotions, coming back mentally from making a mistake. It's very difficult in this game, especially with how explosive it can be. And I mean, hopefully you guys enjoyed that set as well. And I showed you some tech that Poison could do against Akuma.
You
did definitely prove like that this character is very good.
What,
He
Akuma?
has a very
What,
good
Akuma?
tool set.
Oh, well.
No.
No, Poison needs help. Did you not see how Glitter was struggling? Glitter was struggling.
Struggling?
Yeah, winner's struggling? Right.
I mean, crouch fist, man. Didn't work half the time.
Yeah, true.
I mean, you definitely work more than half the time. But Jammerz, I think more importantly, forgot my trail of thoughts. Olvaha, can you help me out, bro?
He doesn't know what you're thinking. No one knows what you're thinking. If you don't have anything to say, I've got something to announce. I've literally got something to announce.
Announce it while
All
I
right.
recover.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget, we did have a competition happen today, and we got the Street Writer to obviously get the results. Now, apparently, only one person guessed it right. So there was a lot of 10 3s, 10 8s, 10 7s, but I believe the winner of today, wow, they made a graphic for it. The winner of today's competition for the EPOS Hybrid Gaming Headset is Stop Reset, please, a fellow Poison player.
Okay,
How
can I just give my Street Fighter 2 announcer here?
Go for it.
Reset, please. You win.
Sick. I like it.
Who turned on Street Fighter 2?
We did. But yes, congratulations to Stop Reset, please, for winning this. He is a fellow Poison player. I didn't conspire in this at all. Don't worry, I didn't say anything. He was the only person that actually guessed right on Twitter. He said 10-9 to Glitter. He literally said 10-9. No one else said 10-9. This is fantastic stuff. So Stop Reset, please. If you are watching this, Capcom fighters will message you on Twitter in the next couple of days, asking for necessary details so they can send you over the headset. But congratulations on your win. Fantastic. So it was a win for Poison players all day. You got me on commentary, you've got Glitter winning, and then you've got Stop Reset, please win. I
just love how Veggey looks right now.
And I gave you Poison players props.
You did.
You did. Maybe it was because you gave us props. Maybe it was because.
I hope all the Poison players did and shipped it.
What? Only 4 of us? Only 4 of us.
I don't know. Maybe there's like the 5th one is watching right now on this stream chat.
Are you the 5th one? Are you the upcoming 5th one?
Me? No. I mean, I feel like this set proved why I don't want to play Poison. Like, if the opponent wants to get scrambly, it will get scrambly. And I don't appreciate being on the receiving end of forced scrambles. So I feel like as much control Poison has, I feel like my character controls scrambles better. And it keeps them at bay more easily. And I feel like what I experienced with Poison on a much lower level than this set was, I kind of got reassured that it's not for me.
Okay. I like it. Thanks for trying.
That's also a very valuable information.
It is, man.
Sometimes you gotta do the trial by fire.
Listen, that's what it's all about, especially with fighting games, man. You got to trial these characters before you make a definitive opinion, unlike some with a certain character that annoys him. and his friend. But you know who it is. Don't worry.
Dalsim?
Anyway, right. I believe that is
Awesome.
just about it. Richard, do we have the CPT graphic for this weekend? There is a CPT online coming back. It's going to be for South America.
How angry this
West.
man is.
So, I believe the sign-ups are actually closed. Okay. I think sign-ups are actually closed. But anyway, this is the CPT that's happening this weekend. South America West. CPT Online did take a short break because there's a lot of things happening, but it's coming back in full force. Going to be integrated and joint sides, or going to be integrated within the World Warrior programs. Because do check the dates for your respective World Warrior CPTs, as well as if your online CPT is coming as well. Don't forget Evo is part of the circuit as well. That is going to be happening in August. There it is right there. Evo doing the Capcom Pro Tour. Again, this year is difficult for a lot of people to travel around because of inflation and whatnot. But again, whoever goes to Evo, have a great time, honestly. If you're playing Street Fighter, there's an extra incentive there. I believe it is automatic qualification for the winner. I'm pretty sure there's monetary incentive for top 8 or maybe even top 16. Who knows? I'll have to double check on the website. But yeah, listen, we can still Street Fighter 5 for plenty of months to come. And do not forget as well, we are just over a month away from the UK premiere event. No, it's not part of the CPT. I don't think it's part of the CPT.
I'm trying to go there.
But this is a great UK event. If you wanted to come to Europe or you wanted to come to UK and you want to go to a fighting game event, then hit up Versus Fighting, please. The Electronic Dojo, shouts to Justin Xavier and the rest of his team. They are a great bunch of people. They're lovely. They've got a great venue as well. They got tons of setups. And again, these are one of the events that are coming back after a long hiatus because of obvious reasons. But they're coming back, and they come back with full force. It's happening on the weekend on the 19th to the 21st of August this year. So that's 2 weeks after Evo. So if you can't make it to Evo, consider Versus Fighting. Take it from me.
I am considering it.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
I'm making it to Evo, so I don't know what you want me to say.
I mean, you can go anywhere, right? You're an
I'm also considering it, is what I will say.
We'll see.
Okay, nice.
Right, so
2 for 2.
ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed that episode of Sets featuring Glitter and Mr. Mostafles. It's great to have you back, Olvaha, because obviously we missed you.
Thank you.
The last episode as well. Obviously, the
And
trio.
thank you for the birthday wishes. I do want to just say that it warmed my heart.
Did you like my song?
I did. It was like you were it was like I was watching it from bed, that episode, because I was feeling so sick. But it was like you were like personally tucking me into bed. It felt really good.
Wow.
So what do you think about Jammerz not joining in on the song? Sorry for throwing you under the bus, Jammerz.
I mean, I
think it was expected, but I am fine. But I want to say, let me finish. I want to say it's fine and it's not necessary, and he was still in the spirit, and he wanted you, Veggey, to have all the spotlight. So
my man said throw me under the bus. I don't think you understand what that term actually means. You want me to throw you under the bus?
Do it.
Right.
Do it.
Richard, you know what to do. Give it to him.
Allow it.
Give it to him,
Allow
Richard.
it, fam. Bro, they keep doing this surprisingly. And I thought that I would be prepared. No, Jammerz, you threw me under the bus. I'm under the bus right now, struggling, so I'm trying to get out of the bus.
No, seriously, we've got someone important watching, so he wants you to close that properly. Get on with it.
Okay.
Well, now you're giving me extra nerves right now, Jammerz.
This is what's throwing under the bus, Veggey, so get on with it.
Okay, yeah. So I think that when we started Sets back in the days, we didn't know exactly what it would turn into. And I think today was one of the greatest episodes we've had on this show. And that shows you that as long as there's high-level players, they don't have to be necessarily the absolute most known or the absolute best to have a great show. And that's what the spirit has been about in this show. And we can see it, especially today, coming to fruition. And I'm really excited and happy about how this set turned out, seeing the chat going in, and it's like almost having everything back to normal. Just before Evo, the chat hasn't been this active in a long time. It was everything coming together, and I want to thank everyone who's supporting Sets, joining Sets, and helping out with fighting players. And thank you all for watching today, and I hope that we will see you next time, and I hope we get more brilliant sets like this in the future.
That was perfect. And I think the higher-ups who are watching this loved it as well. You saved your bacon.
Woo!
Right. now.
You're good. You're good.
We will see you next week for another episode of Sets. Until then, stay safe, keep on playing Street Fighter, and we'll see you next week. Take care.
Hadouken!
Yeah, hate that I do this, never fear losing. And when I get up in the game, y'all be improving. A real problem, but I solve them all facts proof. And if you think I'm gon' fold, then you talking fool. Yeah, y'all wanna win, let me spin, boy. All dunks aside, I'm super fly like I'm hanging off the rim, boy. I've been winning for my kinfolk, and I put on for my city from the intro. Let's go.
I put that time in, my pride is out the roof, I get that grind in. So I'ma tell the truth, I get my grind on. You know the pressure make all of these diamonds. I tell them get back, step back, fast track, big lap, big facts. I'm past that, yeah. I'm trying to get ahead, get out the way. Now move forward, stand back, now break away. I'm about to bring it on. I ain't never backing down. Took me step up to the plate. For my city, for my town. I do whatever it takes. I'ma go and get this round. I'ma go all of the round. I ain't never backing down. Took me step up to the plate. For my city, for my town. I do whatever it takes. I'ma go and get this round. See the time, see the sights, see the sights, see the sights, yeah. Hop out and I'm scheming, ride around and I'm dreaming. Once I get the feeling, nobody can stop me. Hit it, I'm on goal, fending all you foes. Once I'm on the road, I'm knocking out of the door. I got the range, if you wanna come and stand up to me, pull up on me now. If you wanna challenge, tell me rookie, run up on me now. I'm on the road to the top and I'm not looking back. I'm on the road to the top and I'm not looking back. I ain't never backing down, come and step up to the plate. For my city, for my town, I do whatever it takes. I'ma go and get this round. I'ma go all of the round. I ain't never backing down, come and step up to the plate. For my city, for my town, I do whatever it takes. I'ma go and get this round. To the top, see the sights, see the sights, see the sights, yeah. Yeah, hate that I do this, never fear losing. And when I get up in the game, y'all be improving. A real problem, but I solve them all facts proof. And if you think I'm gon' fold, then you talking fool. Yeah, y'all wanna win, let me spin, boy. All dunks aside, I'm super fly like I'm hanging off the rim, boy. I've been winning for my kinfolk, and I put on for my city from the intro. Let's go. I put that time in, my pride is out the roof, I get that grind in. So I'ma tell the truth, I get my grind on. You know the pressure make all of these diamonds. I tell them get back, step back, fast track, big lap, big facts. I'm past that, yeah. I'm trying to get ahead, get out the way. Now move forward, stand back, now break away. I'm about to bring it on. I ain't never backing down. Come and step up to the plate. For my city, for my town, I do whatever it takes. I'ma go and get this round. I'ma go all of the round. I ain't never backing down. Come and step up to the plate. For my city, for my town, I do whatever it takes. I'ma go and get this round. See the time, see the sights, see the sights, see the sights, yeah. Hop out and I'm scheming, ride around and I'm dreaming. Once I get the feeling, nobody can stop me. Hit it, I'm on goal, fending all you foes. Once I'm on the road, I'm knocking out of the door. I got the range, if you wanna come and stand up to me, pull up on me now. If you wanna challenge, tell me rookie, run up on me now. I'm on the road to the top and I'm not looking back. I'm on the road to the top and I'm not looking back. I ain't never backing down, come and step up to the plate. For my city, for my town, I do whatever it takes. I'ma go and get this round. I'ma go all of the round. I ain't never backing down, come and step up to the plate. For my city, for my town, I do whatever it takes. I'ma go and get this round. To the top, see the sights, see the sights, see the sights, yeah.
Yeah, hate that I do this, never feel loose. And when I get up in the game, yeah, I'm improved. A real problem, but I solve them all facts proof. And if you think I'm gon' fold, then you talking fool. Yeah, y'all wanna win, let me spin, boy. All dunks aside, I'm super fly like I'm hanging off the rim, boy. I've been winning for my kinfolk, and I put on for my city from the intro. Let's go.
I put that time in, my pride is out the roof, I get that grind in. So I'ma tell the truth, I get my grind on. You know the pressure make all of these diamonds. I tell them get back, step back, fast track, big lap, big facts. I'm past that, yeah. I'm trying to get ahead, get out the way. Now move forward, stand back, now break away. I'm about to bring it on.
I ain't never backing down. Took me step up to the plate. For my city, for my town. I do whatever it takes. I'ma go and get this round. Oh, I'ma go all of the round. I ain't never backing down. Took me step up to the plate. For my city, for my town. I do whatever it takes. I'ma go and get this round. Oh, see the sights, see the sights, see the sights.